We're back with another episode of Lost Legends. We're going to start in our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Verdazin as.
Noah.
We have Cross Crescent as.
Iala.
We have Blackheart as.
Taryc.
We have Sammi as.
Nim.
We have Tobias.
Cassian.
And you have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. Up on recap this week is Nim. Sammi.
All right. Last time on Lost Legends, Maltori, Nami, and Nim headed from their rooftop perch to Arwa's home, where they found Arwa dressed up for the night and having made a delicious chicken dinner that she had prepared for a romantic evening, expecting that it just to be Nim. The four of them had a series of heartfelt conversations and confessions, and ended up encouraging Maltori to speak his mind and heart about the injury he felt, the lack of the trust from some of the party mates. And Nim had a paranoid fit, realizing that some of the things didn't quite add up, namely the wanted posters and the timing of everything and all the information involving them. Maltori then took it upon himself to take this revelation from this location to the party and took Nami with in order to facilitate his two daughters having a lovely night together, which he didn't want to think about. He was emboldened by the shock that Fell would go to such lengths to not only push him into wrongdoing, but to lead young adventurers onto such a path. After Maltori left with Nami as his dutiful little friend, Nim and Arwa spent the rest of the evening having heartfelt conversations, sharing their lives, and just spending the night together bonding. Maltori arrived at the manor and tried to exuberantly explain the conspiracy theory as he could remember it, with a lot of emotion behind it, and in no uncertain terms said that he felt he deserved an apology, and he was forthrightly given one by everybody present, though he did kind of nag Noah a bit because Noah was a little holdbacky. And Cassian wasn't quite there, but when he eventually showed up, he immediately gave an apology as well. Maltori brought up the idea of leaving everything behind, going to the capital to get to a ship, and just leaving. He doesn't want to risk his near-do budding adventurer friends on another possibly unclear path that might lead them to their doom or make them a stepping stone for other heroes. Maltori seemed to hope that the party would make this choice, but he left it in their hands. But he felt that it wasn't fair to them to have to guess at what was supposed to happen, and he wanted to force the hands of any divine creature or being or greater individual trying to guide them or do something to say something and clear the air. And if not, maybe the party should just get to go live their own lives. The next morning, Nim and Arwa made it back to the manor, having embarrassing conversations about Nim and Larkin. Uh, Then they also kind of talked about Nim's inability to just, go knock on Arwa's door that one night. Wilhelm joined everybody for breakfast, and it was realized that Maltori hadn't come down. The two sisters, air quote, went upstairs to go check on their father and realized that Maltori was unconscious and not waking up. In a panic, they called for help, and the group arrived suddenly. Cassian was able to magically divine that Maltori was under a spell of his own making that was forcing him to rest, and another skeleton, one of the other arisen Balthor Emberstone, joined in with helping to check this out. After some deliberation, they eventually decided to dismiss the spell that was on Maltori, waking him back up from his slumber. And then the group set time downstairs at the breakfast table, hearing a beautiful story told by Wilhelm about Valda and how Faramir led people to travel the stars. The whole first time she made her engines launch into the sky, and the innovation and beauty that they brought to the world. After that, the group managed to talk Wilhelm into teaching them about symbols and warnings that might appear in buildings from Wilhelm's lost civilization, things that they should probably try to avoid, and Wilhelm spent some time doing that, and then Wilhelm offered to take them all for a tour of the Sojourn facility and to try and give them a little bit more information on that. Balthor ended up joining the group. Arwa ended up taking off for the day. She wanted to go talk to her other cohorts, and so Balthor, the party for I said Fermir. Sorry, Balthor, Ebenzar, and Wilhelm joined the party going to the Sojourn facility, and when they were on the way there, Balthor brought up the pact that Nim had with Fula, offering to sever it. She immediately kind of refused that, but pointed out that Yalia might need it because she had previously had a pact with a blade, and she didn't seem keen on it. They discussed the Blades pact, and that it was no longer in her possession, and then it was pointed out that Yalia could learn how to do the severing anyway, in case that ever happened again. During this time, Taryc was sadly unable to communicate what was going on with them, but their blade was trying to wrest control over them and influence them to do aggressive behavior against Balthor. Um, uh, the group then made it to the Bahamut Temple, where there was a stranger inside handing out blankets. There was a great crowd outside that the party greeted and was kind of cheered on by, but the gentleman inside said that Brother Richard was off running errands and taking care of things, and that guy was just helping out. All the pseudo dragons were acting very weirdly and seemed to settle and land and watch the party. Noah was the only one who noticed that they were occasionally having silver eyes and doing things. When it was pointed out, they started acting like normal pseudo dragons again. The party then journeyed into the Undercroft, heading to a passageway Yalia had investigated but couldn't quite get into. While fiddling with the door and having explained how to open it by Wilhelm, a piece of that metal was actually removed, which is a extremely rare and magical thing to have happen because these facilities are really made of hard metal, and a lot of times people of our technology level don't know how to do these things. So Taryc got a piece of future metal as far as we're concerned. And then the door opened with a faint red light beyond it. Around this time, Nim got really antsy because she was freaking out about Torrid Fell might come and get them at any point. So she went back up the hallway with Nami to stand watch on their flank. Wilhelm then alerted the party that there were defense turrets in the room as they moved in, with Yalia in the lead.
Very nice. Everybody, remember to refresh your inspirations. Sammi, take a bonus one for doing the
Yay.
recap. And as it is your birthday this Saturday, you may take an auto success this session.
Oh, nice. I will use this well.
Right.
Is anyone
badly.
having a hard time getting character sheets open?
I got mine.
Let me
I
see.
got mine.
I'm gonna close. Or plenty reopen it then. See if that.
I think you might need to go back to the other sheet.
I'm
I'm,
using the old sheet.
I'm able to
Oh.
open all of the Taryc sheets. So yeah, I think it's on
Yeah.
your end.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was just
Okay.
seeing if anyone else did. So.
Okay. Yes, we are going to pick up where we left off. The faint red light illuminating this room, showing that this area still has power. And alarmingly, two strange objects are up on the ceiling. Iala at the lead, I believe. Immediately, one swivels and points at you. The other seems to be trying to move, but it just seems to be jerking in place. And you see a little red beam appearing on your chest.
Is that supposed to happen?
Wilhelm is yelling, "Get down!" And you are suddenly assailed by a rapid series of clicking noises coming from the turret.
Oh, good. It might not be loaded.
He ducks because of Wilhelm's warning. Regardless,
Noah dives
As-
after the shout.
Is everybody getting down?
Yes.
Yeah. As you all hit the deck, there's soft realization that that turret tracks Iala just as rapidly as she drops, and that likely wouldn't have helped. But it just continues to click aggressively.
Is
Is it communicating?
Wilhelm sort of like uncovers his head with his arms, peeks up a bit, and goes, "Ah, okay, it's not loaded."
is it one of those old firearms? Then it's
Yes, yes.
got a lot more tubes on it than the other ones.
But
Does
it's
does that mean it fires more?
So he looks up at it, and this thing has essentially two separate barrels on it. Each one has two barrels on it, quite large, quite intimidating looking. But he just goes, "Yes, you've seen the firing of the firearms you've encountered, yes?
Yes.
Imagine like 200 of those going off in the span of a second.
That's what the clicking is.
Yes. Ah,
Everything is fine, Nim. Just a little bit of a scar.
That's a lot of bullets.
As you sort of realize you're not under immediate attack, you're able to start getting up if you so please. And you regard this corridor, this red lit corridor, and notice, that seemingly impervious metal that this facility is made of is covered in indentations and like scorch marks going down the hallway.
Huh?
That doesn't make it seem like nothing's been in here for a while. Well, I should
Wilhelm?
say in here.
Well, what did you say this room was again?
Not registered, not marked.
Is there any marks on this? I'm going to turn towards the door you just came through.
Mhm.
Is there any marks on this side of the door that we're on?
No.
Okay.
Actually, bullet marks, yes.
Okay, no, I was talking the symbols that we were learning.
No symbols, it doesn't seem.
Okay.
How many of these turrets would there be in this place? And should not any of them be functioning after the law of the land?
Suggests that they are on a dedicated power supply. If they've been passively monitoring, then, I don't know, a good fusion core could last this long.
How wide is the corridor?
The corridor is probably about, we're going to say, 5 feet wide.
Okay, and it goes straight past from us past the turrets.
Goes past you, past the turrets. You see a left-hand turning, bit further down a right-hand turning. Fairly standard corridor, like it doesn't seem, beyond having armaments in it, particularly different from the rest of the facility.
I'm going to pull out my javelin, my magic one.
Mhm.
I'm gonna throw it against the wall about 30 feet down and see if the turrets try to track it or if anything else happens. Just against the wall because
Okay.
the javelin returning. So
You chuck it, and the turret seems to be focused on you. Does not move from targeting still Iala.
Okay.
I'm going to ask. You've got two turrets essentially side by side in this corridor. One of them is sort of like stuck, pointed down away from you guys, like it's jammed, aiming where it was before. Are you trying to throw the javelin through its line of sight, or?
No, I'd be trying to throw it through the one that we know is moving.
Then yeah, no tracking seems to happen.
Okay.
Well,
Iala
Nim,
cautiously
what are
is
you
looking
doing
at the
out
marks
there?
at the walls.
I think that, like, we should be worried about somebody coming up behind us.
Do you wish for me to remain on guard? Balthazar asks.
If you could, that would give us an easier time progressing.
I will set up
Knowing our
I'm
some.
backs
not
covered.
very smart, so I thought this was a good job for me.
You're very smart.
You continue
I was
on with
going
your
to set up my
companions.
house of cards. Is that a good idea?
Would
Are
that
you-
even fit in this place?
If it is the kind of thing I'm thinking of, then it should be able to be fitted. Yes, why
Alright.
don't you set that up? You are able to collapse it rapidly?
Yes.
Then if we are to make egress, it should be safe to take down. Block the corridor. I shall set up some wards behind it.
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna go set up my house of cards. I'm gonna make it as narrow as the hallway is that
Mhm.
we were outside this room, and I'm going to make it so the door is facing the side that we're currently on.
So you guys could
And
get
then
into it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the windows are on the other side, but everything's closed.
Okay. Right, you are able to do that. Balfour sort of gives you a sort of like approving nod and goes, "Good. I shall be able to work peacefully here."
Don't you think you should be going along? You're like smart mage person, and you know all sorts of things.
He sort of looks down at you, and then he's come out to be with you. Everyone else is still in the corridor, and he actually crouches down a little bit and goes, "Don't you think you should be having an adventure with your companions?"
See, I get less bruises if I'm here in the hallway.
Then why don't you leave the peaceful, less bruised job to the old?
But you don't even have skin. You can't get bruised anymore.
My ego can be bruised.
Oh. Okay, but you should still get to explore. This is kind of neat place, you know?
I have a lot of time.
All right. Bye-bye.
He just sort of nods and watches you go. And anyone looking back at him, you can see him like pulling out a small crystal, a small little book, and just starting to apparently ward the corridor.
I'm glad we have him along to block the passage with whatever Nim has put up. We should be able to progress unaccosted, I would think.
Yes. No idea how fast this place is. Do we want to stick together or do we want to split?
Let's see.
I think it might be best if we stay together.
I can stay with you and send a.
If we stay together, then we have to share all the loot we find. Isn't that a shame, Iala?
Maltori
I don't
snorts in amusement.
It's only fair to share the spoils. Just as long as I get what I want.
Right. You will start moving down the corridors. People being cautious passing these turrets.
Yeah.
Uh,
She's keeping her eye on them.
right.
I'm
The
very curious.
the one continues to rotate and track. And I trust nobody's stepping into the path of the other one.
Yeah.
Noah is going to test it. They're going to cast silent image and have it walk in front of that turret.
Okay. The turret beeps briefly. You see that beam, the same one that tracked Iala, emerging from that turret, seemingly landing upon the silent image, and it does not react.
Are these firearms able to tell between illusions?
Well, certainly back in the day, whether the magical properties is still the same, I don't know.
That's disappointing. Noah snaps their fingers and dispels the silent image.
Invisibility was a age-old trick. There's a lot more that can be given away that such spells don't hide than I think you realize.
this place isn't mapped at all.
Or at least, there may have been ways to bring it up on the terminals with the right access, but, well, the ones outside were inactive. Maybe we can find an active one in here.
You didn't live here, right? You just visited.
I didn't. Nobody lived here.
Nobody lived here, but it's so big.
This is just a workplace. I imagine there might be a couple of places dedicated for naps for facility staff that are working long shifts, but no, people just came here to work. And myself, I lived quite far away actually.
Should we
Good.
worry about stepping on something? Like,
Like
Always worry about
traps.
where you step.
yes.
No. He actually seems a little bemused by that thought and goes, that manner of trapping's not really. No. You're more to be concerned about walking into the line of sight of something.
All right, so we gotta check the corners before we turn them.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull out the staff collapsing and 10-foot pole, not 10-foot pole. We can extend this around corners if need be.
Ah, marvelous. Very good. Right. Let's left or right, I suppose.
Okay. We go to she just points back and forth as if going eeny meeny miny mo. Right.
How about before we go, and I'm gonna extend the rather collapsing out into the corridor.
Yep. You're able to do that. You wave it about a bit.
Nothing happens. Yep.
Nope.
I'm gonna peek my head around. Which side was the turret that was tracking us on?
The turret
Left or
is
right?
the turret is on the left side of the corridor. But it is like pointed at the left wall, sort of somewhat angled down. So if you walked beneath it, it could likely track you.
Oh
But
no, the one that was tracking us.
Oh, the one this right side.
That's on the right side. Okay, so we're probably sticking on the right side
Yeah.
more. I'm gonna actually look around the corner on
Okay.
the right side. Is there
Um,
burn marks and stuff down there?
there are no
Like there's-
burn marks. There is some reddish colouring down here in certain spots. Millennia old remnants of bloodstains.
I'm gonna look the other direction too.
You just see quite similar. Looks like there was little droplets on the floor that have long since sort of dried up, decayed away, and just like left these weird stains that are almost part of the metal.
No, none of the dents or burns on either way.
Nope.
That's what I'm saying to the group. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so this part is at least safe. We'll keep going with caution and we should be fine.
As you look down the right side corridor, you see like there are no side access doors or anything. It's just a straight shot down to a door at the end, which is colored very strangely. It seems to be ringed in yellow, and then there are these sort of yellow and black stripes traveling diagonally down the door.
The B room.
Was this any of this? This isn't any of the stuff we've learned yet.
No.
I'm guessing.
Wilhelm actually laughs a little bit at B room. And he goes, "It's a hazard striping. It's a warning that either the doors or what lays beyond are a bit dangerous."
More like a wasp than a bee.
Same warning method, really. It's just danger. Still, there would be other signs if it was something serious. It's basically just exercise caution here.
Right.
Chances are it just means the doors probably are very heavy and automatically close and might crush somebody in the process.
Oh, that's nice.
That's all doors, isn't it?
I suppose for your folk, yes.
Was there a panel or anything here?
You can see what looks like to be an access panel, just like many of the other doors in the facility. A little keypad, little screen.
How do we use that
He'll go up and sort of motions you all to look as everybody's doing. Doesn't want to just lead, wants you to learn. And he sort of taps away at it, and the screen lights up very dimly. Seems to be flickering a bit, and goes, "Oh, it's locked out via the security office." He sort of looks around a bit and goes, "Let's look at the other corridor, perhaps."
Right, so I guess we go left this time.
You backtrack a little bit, go back down that central corridor to the left turning, go down there, and this seems to lead to another door at the end, and also a side set door. That's why it seems to terminate a little earlier than the right corridor does, is because it is offset to allow for a room. You do see a door labeled security. Actually, you don't know the words good, but he will tell you. This is a security office dedicated to this floor, it seems.
Is that the door at the end or the side door?
Little side door.
Security?
Does
So,
that
like,
mean there are valuables there?
People might have checked valuables in, but no, it's more a monitoring office to
like
make
a
sure people.
guardhouse?
Yes, like a guardhouse.
Wow, this place has everything.
He actually tapped on
Like
the
a city in here.
Oh yes, I suppose it might feel like that. The size that these facilities could reach are quite vast. I know that the Sojourn facility had roughly 4,000 employees.
Is that enough for a town, isn't it?
Mm,
At least a large village.
quite bigger than a lot of towns, in fact, I think, for you.
Way big.
Because not all of
Just
them
out
were
of-
on site at once, shifts and all, but
Out of character, so we have an idea of size. What would the capital out of character population be?
the capital on this continent is probably around 7,000 or so.
So for around here, incredibly large.
Yes.
4,000 people. Okay.
Which also, just for you guys picturing the size to fit that many people in a spot, even if it's not all of that number, this place must go on.
It has to be bigger than the town itself.
I'd imagine so. It was. Well, when I entered it, you have to take shuttles to get between different wings a lot of the time.
Shuttle?
It's what they called the railed conveyances that you step into and it goes at high speed, like a automated carriage.
Oh,
Automated?
Yes.
Wow.
So
If this thing's that big, Noah's going to take out a piece of parchment and charcoal and quickly draw out the map thus far that they've walked down.
I wouldn't be surprised if quite a lot of it is collapsed, especially as you go deeper down. Or maybe it's intact. I don't know, but
could you get in here from these other wings?
oh
Would
yes,
they have their own entrances?
Yes, there are multiple entrances.
Iala tries the security door. See if it opens.
It lights up and just asks for a passkey access.
This is. What do I type into this now?
That's a good question. I wouldn't have the security staffs. He seems to trail off and pause a little bit before he just leans forward and types in a series of numbers, and the screen lights up green. Huh. They had mentioned putting me on to when everything was. He falls silent a little bit. When they realized that they weren't going to survive and I might be left behind, one of
I
the.
wanted to make sure that you could still open the doors.
He just nods a little sadly. But he types that in, the screen lights up green, and you just hear a little thunk from the door.
Tries the door again.
No,
It slides very easily.
no, just slams up against the wall in case there's more turrets.
Anyone peeking their heads in?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
will-
All right, an array of heads look into the room, and no turrets active, thankfully.
I was going to stick the stick in there first. People want to go for.
You do see quite a special sight, though, for you. You were all looking at what looked like to be metal paneling outside this door. As you stick your heads in, though, you can see fully through to the corridor you're in.
What?
Like the corridor we were.
The
Like we see ourselves, or the corridor we just came.
Well, you
Like
can't see yourselves if you step into the room because you're no
It's
longer
like
there.
one-way glass, but
It's essentially
metal.
one-way metal. Yes.
I'm just kind of
That
looking
is-
over
That
everybody.
is a kind of neat magic trick. I have seen that before. Yeah, you can do that with some kinds of spells.
Yes, very neat magic, isn't it?
Yes. Can I have a piece of this metal?
If you are able to get it off, certainly.
And
I
seeing
want this for my closet.
Seeing as there's no immediate danger, Iala starts walking in to check out the room.
Right, you move into the security office, and looks like there is an array of terminals in here, strange sort of glass panels that are unlit right now. One of these sort of keypad things, quite large, arrayed below it. There also seems to be what looks like to be like metal cabinets along the back walls of this room, and they just have like little keypads on each of them.
So if the turrets from the front are like the guards and this is the guardhouse, would we be able to get them to stand down if we run into any other from here?
Potentially, yes. Let's see. He just goes and sits in this little seat in front of this keypad. Starts tapping away at it. You see, yes.
Before turning them off, they were probably on for a reason. Is there a way to tell what that reason was?
Potentially. Let's see if we can look. Why don't you take a peek at those while I do? I was never the fastest typist.
When you say
What's
look at
typing?
those, what did he motion at?
The cabinets at the back. Typing is inputting commands. Oh, you wouldn't even have typewriters yet, would you?
What is a typewriter?
What's a typewriter?
You know how you write with a pen? Imagine
What's
if you
a pen?
wrote by, oh God, a quill.
Yes.
Imagine if you, instead of using that to put letters on paper, you instead, and he starts tapping on this keypad. And
That is so much better than writing with quill. Teach me how to do this.
Okay, yeah, hop up here.
Okay, I climb up there.
Uh,
My tail swishing excitedly because quills are very unwieldy for Trixie.
and let's see
Hey,
if
quills your
they
size.
obey felicitation of all species accords, then yes. And he's going to tap a thing, and a tiny keypad comes out of a slot.
Oh, this is neat.
Yes.
The ancients really
Does
thought
it-
of everything.
Does it make the big words or the little words? Because the problem with the quills is like I have to get the big quill if I want to write letter people can see that aren't just Trixie or Brownie.
Well, so big words or little words doesn't really matter because it all goes onto these screens. It's the same for everybody. If you wanted to print it off in large font, you could do so. If you want to print it off in small font, you could do so.
I want it to be the past now.
Yeah. He just said sadly. Still, I'm moving forward. Okay, and he's going to sort of like. This isn't the greatest lesson because you're just unfamiliar with like even the symbols on these keys, but he's going to explain what he's doing to you, Nim, and has you like mimics on the commands.
Nim is a child that has discovered a mechanical keyboard, and the clacky is really satisfying.
Yeah.
She's very excited when she can push any of the buttons.
While Nim's doing that, the rest of you want to examine these lockers?
Yep.
Yes.
Iala is traveling over there to press some buttons.
Okay. You just keep getting little noises as you're keying in sequences. Seems to be 6 digits, and then it sort of like flashes red at you.
Mhm.
But did Wilhelm type in 6 when you went at the door?
Wilhelm typed in a very long number.
Okay. So it isn't
Yep.
that.
Wilhelm, these are requiring 6 presses. Do you know what we need to put in?
No idea.
00813.
Are the numbers does it number? Do we recognize what's on the pad? Is it stuff we would recognize?
No.
Okay.
You recognize 0. 0 has not changed.
Okay. So there is a 0. I'm going to hit 0 6 times.
It's a standard array of digits, counting down from left to right, and then going down to the next row. Starting from
Noah-
1 at the top.
Noah is going to get up really close to one of these pads and try to investigate which ones of these are the most worn, because that's what
Okay,
would
this is going
pressed.
to be very, very difficult, as this stuff does not wear easily, and then such a span of time. But go ahead and give me an investigation check.
This is ancient, but it's also metal.
No.
No. As you're examining that, Tori's sort of looking around the room and just goes, elsewhere in the facility, we have found scraps and patches of remains, little bits of cloth that have survived, mounds of mush dust. Was there no one in here? Those turrets were clearly firing on something.
There was something reddish. We walked past it, didn't we?
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
way. We walked past something I spotted reddish.
Where are the
something
remains?
Maybe something got in here and got the remains.
Essentially.
Is this place was locked and there's she was looking around for any stains,
No, you don't see any stains in here.
so nothing came in here. What was
Is the
out
door
there?
open or closed right now? By the way.
It's still open.
Maybe closing the door might be a good idea for now.
Would something
Just in
still
case.
be alive from that long ago? Still?
Look over at Wilhelm.
Wilhelm shakes his head and just goes,
No. I was looking at Wilhelm as a reference to what could still be alive from
as far as I'm aware, me and Hefte were the only unliving here, and even any of the elf facility staff would have still needed nutrient sustenance.
Well, and we did have the dead ones that were in the room where they did the blood magic for Wilhelm and Evde.
Yes.
Yes.
But they were using blood magics. Is there maybe a desperate blood magic they did to try to survive after you left?
Yeah, he pauses and just seems to frown a bit and just goes, I hope not.
Wilhelm,
Yes.
I don't know what your calendar looked like, but do you know what date this facility was built?
No, I don't. I know the facility was about 30 years old by the time I was visiting it. It was relatively new. The spaceports were being updated all the time, and the surrounding research facilities saw the benefit of that. As technologies leaped, we ended up replacing things rather frequently.
Cassian's just going to go 01, 02, 03.
Nope.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Thought about that, but in the past, some IT professional just beat the ever living snot out of a security guard for that.
Why don't you try brute forcing it?
Okay. Just start hitting buttons.
No, with
Oh, the other brute
Actually,
force.
I want to try something. I'm doing a ritual of detect magic.
okay. You're going to spend your 10 minutes doing that.
Yep.
Yeah. Cassian.
Well, he's doing that. Iala is gonna go to one of the edge ones that he's not messing with, and she's gonna try forcing it open.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
All right. She tries to get a good grip and strength check. Yep.
No luck. Does not seem to budge.
What do I have?
This is very sturdy. It's like, well, I guess metal on metal. It's very shut.
Hmm.
Here, let me. I'm actually right now looking through my bags to see if I have what I thought I might have, but I do not seem to.
She
Does anyone
she goes
have a
into
crowbar?
Iala goes through her stuff and pulls out her crowbar. That is a good idea.
Do you mind if I use it instead?
I'll give you assistance. She shoves it into one of the edges. On the count of 3, I'm gonna assist Taryc on this.
Okay. With
Strength
crowbar,
check.
I'll allow you to use athletics.
Okay, I will use athletics.
Go ahead and give me a check with advantage.
Can Noah guidance them?
Yeah.
And
Okay, let me flip my guidance button on. And athletics at advantage. Submit.
Nice. Nothing happens.
I
Actually,
roll less chance.
something does happen. Are you're gonna reroll?
No, I was.
I'll let you keep the 4 from the guidance.
Sure, why not? Athletics.
That's better.
How about a 24?
Right, 1 second. Right, I'm going to tell you something.
Mhm.
As you are putting this immense amount of force on the crowbar, you feel the crowbar actually creak. Do you keep pushing?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't think prying like that will work. I heard your crowbar creaking there.
Creaking! You almost broke my crowbar!
That's why I stopped. Do I have any tricks?
Let's see. What else do I have? She starts looking through her stuff. Would
How
you
big of a gap is there against that metal cabinet?
You can see like almost, I'd say, half an inch like gapping line that you can see.
Okay,
Did
so
it-
that's like okay. Then let's go. Do you want me to come up with that and see what's in there?
Uh,
are
probably
you
kind
done
of
playing with
tricky
your
for
tappy
you.
taps?
I think I can come back to this tappy tap. Right, Wilhelm? It's not going anywhere.
No, it's going to take me a little bit. Not
And
for...
I think I am actually slowing you down, aren't I?
He looks down at you with a sort of kind smile.
Yes, I get it. Yeah, I'll go look at the cabinet.
Okay.
Nim is going to go over to the cabinet. When I get up close to it, there's about a half inch. She said, "Okay, Nim's about what 2 to 3 inches tall, so a half inch is pretty good size for her. So she can see a little bit into the cabinet, right?
Yep. You can peer in.
It's dark in there.
It
I'm
is
sure.
dark.
But I do have crazy dark vision, not just regular dark vision. I have ultra dark vision.
Well, you want to like poke your tail in a bit, just get yourself a bit of light.
I'm gonna poke my tail in a little bit to get an extra bit of light, and then I would like to misty step inside
Okay.
if I see space.
You do indeed see space.
Okay, so I will Misty Step in.
Right, you appear in this cabinet, and it is lit up solely by your tail. Looking, the surface you've landed on is metal. Appears to be these little metal boxes at the bottom of the cabinet. And as you look up, you see strange objects. Looks like to be hanging on the cabinet higher up are these long, almost club-like apparatus, but they've got these strange edgings to them and so on. And just below that, seemingly like slotted into the wall, are these weird little objects. Looks an awful lot like a sort of like hand crossbow grip.
I think there's like hand crossbows and weird stick clubs hanging in here.
Wait, is this? Are
I
there
think
artifacts in there?
it looks like there are weapons in here. Do you want me to take the weapons?
Take whatever you can, Nim.
Okay, but this is going to be a little complicated to wait, but we'll figure this out. Give me a couple minutes.
You wanna climb about and try and like get these off the wall and so on.
Trying to make a pile somewhere of something. You said there's boxes in here too, right?
Yeah, little metal boxes. Do you want to try and open up one of the little metal boxes?
Yeah, I'll try and look inside.
Okay. You open them up, and in one of them, it seems to just be like these weird little flat brick things. About about as tall as you are, a bit wider.
Okay.
No idea what they are. They seem to have like these little ports at one end of them. And another of the boxes are just like these little discs. Looks like coins, maybe.
Okay.
Now that Iala knows that there could be artifacts in there, she goes to the one next to the one Nim is in and shoves her crowbar into the corner and starts trying to open this one.
Anything I can manipulate into, I'm putting into my bag of holding. So
Okay,
I'm gonna do that as a priority.
You can get the little little bricky things out. You can get the little discs out easily. I'm going to ask you for like an athletics check if you want to try and get any of the hand crossbow things from the walls, because those are quite a bit bigger.
Yeah. I'll try that first.
Yeah. Oh,
it's actually really good for me. That's very good for me.
What you can do, Nim, if you like have your bag of holding at the bottom open, you can climb up and you can basically just try and like shove and like drop them in.
That's what I figure. I'm just gonna try and like use gravity as my friend to direct them into the bag, because I can't once they're down, I won't be able to get them in probably. But I'll try and do that. So I'll just shove as much as I can that way.
Okay. All right.
So I'll do that with that, and I'll do that with the clubby things. And,
okay.
Yeah.
And
then.
Iala, you want to try and open up the cabinet with a crowbar?
Yeah.
All right. Athletics check.
Athletics.
Wow, look at you. You've experienced the same thing Taryc was. The crowbar seems to be creaking as you're pushing an unnatural amount of force on it. Do you keep pushing?
Now that she knows that there's something she wants in there, she's going to keep pushing.
Okay. There is a horrendous sound as the door wrenches open and the crowbar bends and breaks.
Nim lets out a shriek because she's inside another cabinet.
It's so
next
loud,
to
Nim.
that, and it is so loud she thinks she dies.
Victory!
Let me roll D4. Actually, no, D3, because we already know what one of them is. In this cabinet, you will see hanging up, there appears to be these strange bracelets that have like this string going between them. There's like 4 of those hanging up. There are these bits of clothing, you think, like vests. There are vests hanging up in here, along with a couple of like these round fabric helmets.
Yeah, but this wouldn't protect you from very much. He kind of picks one of the fabric helmets up and starts just feeling it and looking moving it around in her hands.
It feels light. Like it's a bit of heft to it, but it's pretty light, especially compared to a metal helm. And like it's the surface has a little bit of give, but you can't bend it or anything.
Weird.
At this point, Cassian,
Yes.
your detect magic goes off.
Mhm.
There's, apart from the usual array that you're expect from your party members, no magic.
Is Maltori in the room with us?
Yes.
I'm going to stop, trot over to Maltori. Hey, Maltori, do you by chance happen to know the knock spell?
I have it in my book. I could get it prepared real quick. You know, that nice little once-a-day trick.
Yeah. The lock, those cabinets have no magical
None?
defenses. None.
Seems
They're inert.
ill-advised.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm wondering if you have knock.
Oh, dear, give me a moment. And he's going to pull out one of his own spell books and just like sit down, start leafing through it quick.
How many cabinets are there?
There are 4 cabinets total.
I'm gonna just look down at my hands, put my javelin away, and say, "Portable ram. Does my weapon change?"
It does.
Okay, we're gonna attempt this. So I just was looking up the rules. I get +4 on a strength bonus check to break down a door with it.
Okay.
If someone wants to assist, I get advantage.
Iala tosses her crowbar to the side. All right, on the count of 3.
Matori looks up real quick and goes, "Wait, Nim!
Oh.
It's going to get very loud."
What?
Oh, right.
What?
I thought she stepped out of it. Oh, no, she's still
No,
in it.
she's
That's right.
still there. My ears are ringing for what just happened in the previous one. I was
Oh,
still sitting there
Nim's-
going bop, bop, bop.
Oh,
I'm
I am
gonna
so sorry,
go-
Nim.
Go over there and go. Actually, wait.
You can step out at this point if you want, Nim.
Okay, well, I have to do another Misty Step,
Uh-huh.
so I have to actually cast a spell. So I'm down 1 spell slot now.
I
So
was
I will,
debating.
I will Misty Step back
Unless
out.
you want them to try and break you out.
No, I don't want that. Misty Step it out.
I had a funnier one. I was tempted to cast silence.
I mean, yeah, that would work. But
would
spell
work,
expenditure, spell
but-
expenditure.
Well, I can ritual cast it.
Oh.
Well, it means I'd wait like a minute for you to do it or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
And then
so,
that would fuck up casting knock and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, if she's on her way out.
Yeah, I'm coming out.
All right.
Okay.
I'm coming
Nim
out.
appears with her bag of holding.
I did good.
Do I still do athletics? It just says +4 strength to break down a door.
I
A
think
strength
this is
check.
I think this is strength check with her battering ram.
Okay, it's still better than my athletics
Mm-hmm.
technically. So, advantage. I have to.
Has
remove
anyone
guidance.
assisting Taryc?
Yes.
Okay.
Iala is wanting
Oh, is
these
that Taryk's
open now.
magic weapon? Be careful with that, Taryc. You don't want to break it. It's very delicate.
I'm rolling great today.
Okay. Iala and Taryc, you smack against the cabinet and your arms like feel that reverberation.
I
Ah!
don't think you should use your weapon like that. It is a good weapon. You shouldn't abuse it on metal.
But that's what this form is designed
Again.
for. It break down. You know? Sure. Wait. Question.
Why?
Out of
Why
character.
did that sound so BDSM right then?
out of character because
Uh-huh.
I just does Iala hear that?
No.
Okay. I was just curious. Okay.
Is Taryc compulsed, or does she just hear that?
There is no compulsion.
And I'll be honest, in this case, it's not me murdering somebody, so I'm actually.
Okay.
So same roll advantage.
Yep, same roll
big check.
advantage.
Oh, that was a 19, by the way.
That's
That's
a
+4. I don't have
As a
a
nine.
+4.
Okay. Still wouldn't work, but
Okay. And then this will be an 18 because we're.
that's actually a
doing
21 now.
Oh,
Oh.
it likes breaking doors.
The cabinet door indents.
Well, it's starting to work, I think.
Yes.
I feel like nobody has the finesse that I have.
I
No,
am
Nim.
a lot taller than you, unfortunately. It is it dent enough that that the gap's bigger,
No.
or okay, I guess let's try one more.
Strike fiercely.
What I didn't hear what you said.
Strike
Strike fiercely.
Oh
Okay.
my.
With a 30, the door basically it crumples briefly and then like bounces open.
There's like the
Hey!
screws flying everywhere. A hinge flies off.
Yep.
Oh!
And within this cabinet, D2, you will see what looks like to be a another sort of strange box. You will see what looks like to be on coat hangers. Just some very like average outfitting. The fabric's very exotic to you all. It's not average at all. You see a strange, wondrous like set of clothing hanging up in here, and you will see a painting on like this really tiny, immaculately detailed painting of what looks like to be a man with a child in his arms, and just the sort of words written across it of "Have fun at work, Daddy."
Except we don't read that because we don't
Nope.
know the language. So there's writing across it.
Yep.
It could be
And you
anything.
see this smiling human man with this small, looks like maybe half drow girl.
Oh,
Ow.
hurts me.
That is some painting.
And the
Oh, that's a
backdrop of the
book.
painting is something special to you as well. You can see like they appear to be in a park. You see these like gleaming silver buildings in the background and these strange chariots flying through the air.
Is that metal similar in look to the metal we've seen in here?
Not somewhat, slightly. Different coloration, seemingly different. Like it's less utilitarian looking.
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot more like curves and like just general beauty.
If nobody else wants it, can I have the painting from my sanctum?
Wow.
I think yes. You
Painting?
can take that, Nim.
Wilhelm sort of like looks back.
Pointed at the picture. That is so beautiful. I would love to
Oh.
put that up in my sanctum.
Oh,
I
fine.
would give it back if anybody else wants it someplace, but it would be really pretty. I could put
Is-
it next to the pillow pile.
Is this someone you know, Wilhelm?
Wilhelm sort of gets up from the terminal briefly and comes on over and just sort of looks at the picture and just shakes his head. Never met them.
Taryc feels a tug on their magic weapon that is still in Ialia's hands.
Wraps.
Ah! Oh.
The back of my hands.
Yeah.
Okay, you brutes, out of the way.
Show us how it is
But the
done.
professional, somebody who isn't going to damage the very expensive door.
Hey, who wants to hear a joke?
I do.
Okay, knock knock. He raps on the door and it springs open.
Who's there?
Out of character is after pressing door.
Let's see who's there. He sort of peers in, and in this cabinet, you actually see like there is another sort of inner door in here. It seems to be sort of wire mesh. You can see through it, but behind it are these long, looks a lot like the sort of hand crossbow handling at the bottom, but they are long like the firearms that you were attacked with by the gnolls. They are sort of set behind this grating, seemingly secured further.
And I'm out of character. They're rifle-ish
Yes.
type thing, right? So no crossbow. How
What?
how do they? It's like a hand crossbow without the arms and really long. What?
What
How-
are these?
Oh, beam rifles. Nasty, actually.
Bean rifles?
Beam.
Like a wooden beam?
No, energy.
We'd
Mhm.
actually understand that from magic, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Like, so they fire magic?
Guns of magic missile.
Iala is immediately on the grating. How do we open this? Do you have another one of those knock spells?
I'm gonna try to just open it. I'm gonna just pull on it
It does not
around
open.
you.
Does it
Is
have
there-
a keyhole?
There is not a keyhole. It seems to be a like weird little slot, very thin.
Mattori, I need you to teach me that spell. I need to know it.
Yes, it's a very handy one.
I wonder if my Bahamut thing opens that.
Oh, try it, Nim.
I think so, because it opened the door to get in, right?
Maybe, although that
Give it a
the
go.
door to get in was of different. Give it a try.
Iala
Oh,
puts
yeah,
her hand
give her
down
that.
to Nim to climb on,
Okay.
so she can lift it up, lift her up to it.
Alright, then we'll try slotting it in and see if it goes in. at
Does
all.
not even fit. You are looking at a keycard slot.
Oh,
Darn.
I have no idea what a keycard slot is
Nope.
for them, but I know what it is as a player.
Was
It's a big slidey bit.
was there anything that then in the one you were in?
Don't think so.
There was not.
I'm gonna grab onto the grating on this. How big are the holes?
The holes you could like fit your head through it. You would struggle to get the rest of your body through. Wilhelm is going to actually go back into the other cabinet you opened with the picture in it, and starts rifling through the clothing in there, and then just smiles, holding out this red key card.
What is that?
That should open that.
Yes,
Iala
take
puts
it
her
from him.
Oh.
Right.
Well, do you
Cassian
reach
knows
for it?
better.
You
I'm going to get out of the way.
open it up, Cassian.
Yeah.
Right. There's a little click, and it doesn't swing open, but like you can see, it sort of loosens. It just like moves a couple of centimeters.
Cassian will open it and
Right. You're able to open
gingerly
it.
pull one of these things out.
Okay. You are able to pull one of these strange items off the wall. There are 3 of them.
So these are staves then, yes? A type of firearm staff? Is that how they work?
Sort of.
Iala takes a second one.
You know the weapons the Gnolls use against you, the firearms.
Yes.
It's like a far more advanced version of that. Instead of shooting metal, it shoots pure energy.
Wow. Iala is just looking it over.
Does it still work?
Yeah, Wilhelm will sort of like hold out his hand as if like hand one to me.
I'll hand him the third one.
Right. Wilhelm takes it. Seems to like shoulder it with a decent bit of familiarity. Doesn't look comfortable with it, but he seems to know how they work. And you see him like tapping a couple of these little dials on the side. Then like holds it up, shakes it a bit, and then just like pulls this little trigger, and nothing happens. Out of power.
How do they power up?
Let's see. I've not really familiar with these models. More first with the pistol versions, but it should be. And you see him press a little button on the side, and you see just like this little brick-like object slip from the stock of this item.
Those?
Hmm?
I got those.
You have those?
I got them from there.
Oh, then maybe one of those actually holds some charge.
Oh,
Charged. So these work on electricity.
I assume that's that. I'm assuming it's the
Yes,
same thing.
it
Nim
looks
pulled out of
very
the
much
box.
like that. Electricity, in the crude sense.
So it's something more than electricity. I was just wondering if I could power one of these.
I think if you try to charge one of those up with your electricity, it's either not going to work, it'll fry it, or it'll explode.
Ah,
None of
yeah,
those sound
glad I
interesting.
asked.
Still though, maybe we can. He sort of picks up the little brick and waves it a bit and goes, "If Nim has spares of these, they might help charge, and maybe we can find somewhere to actually charge these in the facility."
Ooh.
That'd really be fancy.
Did you get
Yeah.
Did you get everything that was in that locker, Nim?
Yeah, got everything.
What's
Uh,
the stuff
was
in
it-
the rest of these, Wilhelm?
Yeah. What are these vests?
These are basic defensive vests. They can stop most blades, mundane firearms. They have minor energy dissipation means, but wouldn't protect you against one of these. He sort of shakes the rifle a bit.
Was there like a breastplate?
Yes, quite like a breastplate. A lot lighter though, a lot more comfortable.
Oh, I want one.
Maybe we can get one shrunken down for you.
Take one.
Iala kind of grimaces, picking one out and just seeing how it would even fit on her.
It wouldn't.
I think Yalia
Got
and Taryc probably needs
wing
multiple ones of them.
problems, chest
I might need to-
issues.
I might need to pass on this one, unfortunately.
More for me.
These
Right.
helmets, they're supposed to. He sort of like seems to examine and goes, they're supposed to actually be powered as well. They seem to be dead. If they had power, they'd have auto-reactive flash defenses. They would have guidance systems to help aiming. But otherwise, they'll just protect your head.
I'll take that as well.
Otto
Uh,
cannot wear this.
I am
Unless I cut a
starting-
hole in it.
Don't feel like the only one. I do not think I could wear one either.
Yes, these tended to be customized to certain species and so on. With a lot of the facility here not having the sort of like motions where your horns are earlier.
Hmm.
Motioning where Noah's antennas are.
Uh-huh. Oh, still, remarkable little hall you found. I'm sure it's breaking all manner of rules of who's supposed to have what, but like I give a damn.
Actually, Wilhelm, think about it this way: by us having it, we're keeping it out of the hands of people who would abuse these things.
That's not true at all. I'm very
No,
certain.
basically, we're just
Actually,
tomb robbing.
There is a noble in town who I honestly do not believe has the best interests of anyone other than
I think-
himself in.
I think Wilhelm means that nobody in our current
You're all going to abuse them as well.
That knows
I am
how
going
to
to abuse the
properly
heck
use
out of
them,
these.
and that we would use them against people who are not as knowledgeable about things regardless. We'll use it as an advantage.
I am going to pick one up and see if it'll fit on Cassian.
Um,
One of the
I'm
vests.
going-
yeah, it fit.
I'm going to empty
Cassian's
out
ears
my...
get squished.
Yeah, emptying out
No,
your
no,
bag of holding.
vest.
Oh,
So, how many important
it-
organs are in that half?
What were you saying, Nim?
it's just I was going to empty out my bag of holding if anybody wanted to take the things I got at the
Oh, yeah.
All right. You will see four of these weird little metal hand crossbowy things, and four of these little metallic clubs, along with what looks like to be the power
batteries
packs.
Blocks.
Yeah.
the power packs, and also the little
Oh, and the little
things,
discs. And he goes, "Oh, delightful. Short range communication devices."
sending
What's that?
stones?
Yes. Sending stones that don't have word limits.
Oh.
I honestly think Maltori and Cassian just instantly both eye those things like no one's business.
I'm gonna actually pick up the bracelets that isn't said anything about.
You pick up the bracelets, and he looks and goes, "Handcuffs."
Oh, manacles.
Yes. They could be activated
Somebody
to have
can
an
carry all
energy
of this.
charge to subdue those that try to break them.
I'm going to put the. You said there were 3
And
sets.
these are stun batons.
You said there were 3 sets of bracelets.
Yep.
Okay, I am.
I'm
putting the
assuming
3
we're
sets-
gonna get a list of how many things we
Yeah.
got at some
Yeah.
point.
That-
I am
yeah.
actually right now pocketing the brace, the handcuffs anyway. So
What's a stun baton? How do these work?
You slap
You-
someone with it and they get stunned?
In a way, if they had power, you'd press this and it suddenly crackles with energy. And Wilhelm sort of yelps, drops it, it hits the floor, and there's this discharge of
Nim
energy.
screams because it's suddenly the
Uh-huh.
sharp thing. This thing's lightning at the floor, and Nim's down there going, ah!
Okay, so
Cassian-
that has power. Yes, you activate
Cassian's
them.
detect magic is still up, yes?
Yep, no magic.
Cassian picks it up and goes, "This is just so weird. There is no magical flow in this. It's inert."
That's
I've-
insidious. Oh, actually, oh my gosh. All right, so these things are important and we should really hold on to them, and I'll tell you why. There is a man with an anti-magic box out to get us, and he thinks he's going to have an edge.
Maltori like snaps his fingers and points at Nim and goes, "Fucking genius."
Nim,
I've-
you're no longer allowed to say you're not smart. The stuff that comes out of you is brilliant.
No, I'm not book smart. I am clever.
Oh,
You're
imagine that
cunning.
he thinks he has
It's
us
just as good.
disarmed and suddenly we're beating him with lightning sticks.
That'll be really funny.
uh,
Oh, and that we've got a magic missile that doesn't need magic. That's crazy.
Marvelous,
the-
Cassian's
marvelous.
holding this and going, huh.
What
Looks
is-
around, looks down at it, looks around. One way to find out. And he taps himself with the baton.
Oh,
No!
God. Cassian, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
You know how sometimes when people electrocute themselves, they can't stop electrocuting
No advantage.
themselves?
No advantage.
No, man. So Cassian just drops to the floor, unconscious.
Nim shrieks again because anytime anything heavy hits the floor, she's gonna be frightened.
Especially when this entire
Holy
horse.
Yeah.
Maltori's sort of
So
looking
let's
down at
not do that
Cassian
again.
and just goes,
Is
"That's
he
very
dead?
stupid, but very wizardly at the same time."
Is he dead?
Oh, I hope not. These are just supposed to render someone unconscious.
Noah kneels down next to Cassian to check his
I would
pulse.
just say that we don't know how long these things are going to hold a charge. Maybe we shouldn't use them
Yes.
so willy-nilly because it will be very useful.
Iala takes the stun baton from his unconscious hands.
Holding
No,
on
he would've-
tight.
You're unconscious, you're not holding it on tight. She pulls it out.
His body
Oh,
is
Cassian
somewhat
has a
clenched
sixth
up,
sense.
but you're
He's
able to
holding
put
on
it
tight.
out. Yeah.
Hey,
I
hey,
like the
Cassian,
lightning sticks.
Cassian, are you okay? Hello?
Lightly slapping his cheek.
Wow, he's out cold.
Is doing dumb things something you have to learn to do as a wizard? Because I want to know.
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
The scholarly mind leads to many an awful decision.
Oh.
Ouch!
You okay, Cassian?
The floor is hard.
It is. I
Usually
live
they
here all
are.
the time.
How many-
Well,
How many fingers am I holding up?
I don't know. My eyes are closed.
No, they're
Uh,
not.
no, they're not.
His-
Oh, shit.
Vision starts fading back in.
Oh, that was not fun.
I see.
Oh, I just have it. Is the set of clothing this made of the same type of stuff that Wilhelm's wearing?
Yes. Wilhelm. Actually, no. Wilhelm's looks like a lot finer fabric, a lot more styled. But like this is definitely of the same sort of vein of materials and such.
You try to stretch it a little bit.
Mr. Matra, you should take one of these clubs in case Mr. Torrenfell gets close to you, okay?
Certainly, it doesn't stretch that well, Taryc.
Okay. just gonna hang it back up because yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go through the pockets.
Oh, there's nothing here for Nim.
You go for the pockets. You find this weird little puck of metal. Like it's a squarish, rectangular thing, flat rectangle. Seems to have some markings on it. And in another pocket, you will find something that looks a lot like one of those little communication pucks, but quite a bit thicker.
Wilhelm, I've found these and
So that is that's, that's the man's gold coins. He points at the little rectangle,
that's
and
solid.
that is his personal comm unit. Where is he?
I
Eh,
know something though. Why were there bullets and big scrapies in the metal down that hallway? That seems weird.
It does. Oh well. Anyway,
Weird.
So, good news and bad news. He points over at the terminal facility. This section of facility is running on independent power. The doors use mag seals that require an active energy current to actually open. Their default state is sealed, no power, sealed. Security measure. I can route power through them, but I will have to do it every time you want to go through a door. There isn't enough to just open up everything. So, I'm going to stay here. I'll monitor your progress, and I'll open doors for you.
We will use one of these sending discs then, yes? To keep in contact with you?
If they still work, here, let's try pairing them. I don't. He pats over his body. I don't have my community to sync up with them, so maybe we can use the computer.
I'm gonna hold up the one I'm holding.
That's likely
Is
it.
it
The man's personal
just-
one's likely passcoded.
Okay. What's
So
the
you'll be able.
passcode?
Would you be able to see if anything was like coming at us from here? If
Potentially, but the computer is in power distribution mode. It's essentially it's only letting me access one system at a time, automatically shutting the others down to save power.
yeah,
So I'll be
Well-
able to monitor a camera that you're on for me. I'll be able to follow you, hopping camera to camera, but I won't be able to monitor the others unless I take my eyes off of you.
All right.
all right, that's
So-
good. I wouldn't want to run into any lethal company while we're out there.
So we are on our own to watch and listen while you keep an eye where we are.
Yes, and I should be able to talk to you if we are able to pair these. Okay. He's going to take all those compacts and he starts going through them and just goes, dead, 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 dead,
I'll pick up the dead
Dead.
ones.
dead. Oh, power. Okay. Right. Should be able to pair these. Okay, we got one we got two that will be able to work. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. And he's going to start working, and Wilhelm is essentially now having to deal with the futuristic equivalent of pairing Bluetooth devices. So you hear him start to curse and really get angry.
Things are
And
friendly, they said. Yeah, right.
What are
What are all these colorful boxes that keep popping up that you keep clicking on?
what is
it's
what is that word? mean?
version mismatches. It's so the computer is what I'm using to pair these and activate them, but the authentication servers are down, so they can only work on
That one-
local mode.
That one has a really picture of those two people using. They have the disc. They look happy.
Yes,
that mean?
that would be lovely to achieve. That's supposed to be what we're doing, but no. Okay. Right here.
There's blocks filling in.
Yes, that's updating.
So fast.
Fast.
Bloop. Bloop.
He scowls.
Did it go back?
Oh, this is just an estimation. It doesn't actually know what it's doing because it's stupid.
Oh, it went really fast all of a sudden.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Right. Who's holding the other one? I'll keep one here.
I'll take it.
Okay. So what you do, put it anywhere. Some people like to have them on their clothing, but they get knocked off, and it's an awful idea. Lots of people like to have them mounted on the inside of the wrist. Very handy. Or you can just pull it out of your pocket. Either way.
Cassian's going to toss it into a pocket on the inside of his.
It would be a lot more complicated if we were networking a few of these, but right now they are in direct communication mode. So you just double tap it. That means you take your thumb, and he sort of like presses twice in rapid succession on the disc.
Well, I
Cassian's
think
gonna
he
open
left a
it.
whistle noise when you did that.
Yeah, and the one that you're holding seems to chime, Cassian. And Wilhelm goes, "Okay, you can hear me, Cassian," and you hear his voice coming super clear from that disc.
Oh, yes.
Right. And when Cassian
Cassian's
says, "Oh
holding it up,
yes," you hear
looking at it
Cassian
through
through the other
magical
disc.
sight.
No magic.
Yeah, Cassian is just absolutely weirded out by this.
You said there may be a place to power other thing. Would these be something we could find a place to
Yes.
power back up?
In fact, we're going to keep them off unless we need to communicate, because no idea how long it's going to last.
Should I'm gonna hold up the. How big are these actually?
What, the little discs?
Yes.
They
Like-
are about the
like palm
size
sized,
of a Hollywood Mark II. They're a 32 millimeter Games Workshop base.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Thank you. I'm sitting here like.
So they're poker chips.
Yeah, they're little poker chips.
Should
pebbles.
I, since we're going around, should we carry these in case you see something we can charge them with?
Yes. Take all the things.
I'm gonna put them in my pouch for the communicators. You said this contained his coins?
Yeah, currency, the physical currency, it wasn't really a thing people used anymore.
Should we take that red card thing that you had?
Yes, that might open up some other things. So he's going to pull that back out of the slot and offer it off to somebody.
Cassian will take it.
Right.
Try to open the wallet.
Nim
Okay.
did like slight grabby
Is there
hands,
anything
but watched it
Nim
go sailing off.
one big card.
I'm gonna play around. Does anything happen with the wallet? I know.
Nope.
Character it is. How does it work?
It works via interaction with other systems, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm gonna put it back in by the clothes and hang the clothes up.
Yes, it might be worth something for you if you can find a collector of ancient artifacts, I suppose. But otherwise, while I say it has the man's gold, it's an imaginary number. It's on a... Oh, he frowns a bit. Likely communicating with a database that's long gone.
It wouldn't have something like, I'm gonna hold up our little venture chip.
It would have the man's identification and such, but I suppose it'd be nice to know.
With nothing that would do stuff in here.
He just shakes his head and then pauses and goes, "Oh, actually, the facility might have vending machines. I can't imagine anything in them's good anymore.
What's the vending machine?
Why don't you just go now?
Maybe
Very cool.
when we go back up top, we can bury the man's
Mm.
gold card, and it will help keep
Communicator.
his soul at rest. I don't know. It is an identification of somebody, and we don't have a body.
Yes. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, at this time, I don't think there'd be anything left other than a body. But maybe we'll find the body and can bury that with them.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
All right. Good luck. He seems to pause. He looks around and goes, "Actually, Matori, would you stay with me? I want a guard." Certainly. Spend some time together. You can show me how this camera works. Yes. Yeah. Do try and figure out where everybody's gone.
We will do.
We
That
will-
exactly? Hopefully, it's nothing too bad. But considering the age of this place, won't count on it.
Right. Marvelous. Right, you start. One of you started to open the security door again.
Iala still has the stun baton in her hand as she opens the door and steps out.
Right, you step
We
on
should
out.
make sure to leave one of the beam thingies
I
with
was-
the battery
I
for
was gonna say we
Maltori because Nim is paranoid about certain people coming to get us.
Can we check those real quick and see if any of
You
those
want to
batteries work?
check through all of them?
How many are there?
I think I wrote it down. Yeah, there's 4 beam pistols, 4 stun batons, and 3 beam rifles. And the little clips, there is essentially 1 clip for each.
And
The
those
rifle
were the
ones.
boxes that I had.
Actually, sorry, I forgot about the boxes. The boxes contain 4 extra pistol energy clips, so there's actually 8 total.
Okay.
Iala pays attention this time to see how they work. What Wilhelm does to operate them, so that she can check the charges with him.
Nim's going to make sure that one of the rifles or pistols, whichever one Wilhelm's more comfortable with,
Mhm.
and one of the good clips stays with them in case something does happen. The 2 of them both have a way to fight.
Okay. Check all the rifles, and they all seem to be fully depleted. And he'll show you like the pistol energy clips are smaller form factors and don't actually fit into the rifles. But you check the ones in the pistols. Each one that was stored in the pistols seems to be out, depleted. But you go through the box of clips, and 2 of them seem to have a small amount of energy left.
Okay, so we only have 2 with energy. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll leave one of the ones with energy. And are those pistol clips or
Those are pistol
what? 'Cause
clips.
okay, so we have
Doing
two pistol clips have
And-
energy.
And you said none of even the independent rifle clips.
Yeah,
Have any?
none have any charge.
Okay.
All right, so we'll take the we can leave 1 pistol and 1 pistol clip with them, and then we'll take the rest of it with us in case we find charging things.
Yeah. Okay. Right, you take those with you, and Wilhelm will show you how they operate. He's going to show you. This is stun mode, non-lethal. Flick this, it goes to lethal. This is the trigger, much like a crossbow. If you do find spares, this is how you remove and reinsert. And he's just going to demonstrate it all to you. And
Cassian's paying rapt attention.
here
I'm
is
putting these in
a
the bag of holding
readout.
if nobody has any other option on it, because we shouldn't use these if we face something down here. We should save it for Tornfell.
In fact, here, look, you can see this one has 20 shots left. This one has 15.
Oh.
Oh.
Double checking with the GM real quick. So I saw it. Energy cuffs. They're not just regular handcuffs.
They are not just regular handcuffs. They can operate as regular handcuffs, but they can actually be given a energy charge. Basically, anyone that would try to remove them is going to get shocked in the process.
Is it obvious that they're not just the piece of metal?
Yes.
Okay. Wilhelm, how do these seem to be not just metal?
Yes, here. This should turn them on and off. He presses a couple of buttons, but nothing happens.
Okay. They must be depleted also then. They seem to. We're gonna make click, click, click. They seem to close at least.
Okay. Well, good luck, and I'll keep an eye on you.
Noah's going to put on one of the battle vests.
You want to put? You've got wings.
Oh, right. Darn it.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to be able to wear one of them.
In all the stuff
Cassian might be the only person who can wear one.
I really can't.
Why not?
Mage armor.
No, but you physically could wear one.
Oh yeah, physically.
Physically, you're the only person
and
capable of wearing one.
Tornfell.
Maltori.
Maltori.
Yeah,
and
Maltori
Wilhelm.
can wear one. Yeah, well.
Wilhelm, does any of the stuff you see tell us where to what's behind the doors that we've seen?
For some reason I can't seem to bring up facility map. I'll keep trying. I mean, half of this is just me not knowing what the fuck I'm doing.
Do you think we should go to the caution room or the one right here first? Or no idea?
He just sort of like lifts his hands up, like, I don't know.
Closest first, just in case we can yell. Look at the rest of the party.
It seems good to me.
I was just saying, why don't we just start walking that way? We have no idea about anything because we didn't go that other path at all.
We went down both paths.
But we didn't go that far because it got blocked, I thought.
And there's
Yes.
a big door in the way.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's
so
the
what?
caution door that way, and there's the door right, poke head out right there.
I thought the caution door was in front of these two doors, so why would we go back out the way we came?
No, caution door was further down the corridor to the right that you guys went.
Okay.
You came back to the left corridor, which has the security office and another door set at the end of its hallway.
Whatever we want to do.
Let's try the closer one first, and then we'll go for the caution.
Okay. He taps away and goes, right, you're open. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm gonna head out the door and towards the new door.
Okay, you head towards the new door, and it actually starts to slide open as you approach. One of the doors then sort of like gets a bit stuck. The other completely finishes opening. It's more than enough for you to walk through, but it's clearly not how it's supposed to operate.
Ease on through here.
Uh,
Is there any stains and stuff in this hallway?
You what, in the security corridor hallway?
Oh, right. We just opened this door and we're going through the next door.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry.
In fact, let me give you. We're gonna draw a little map as we go. Boop, boop, boop. Let's make a new page. Boop. Move everybody on over. Whoop. Everybody on this blank page.
I see a blank page. Yep.
Okay.
It's so bright.
It is so bright. We're going to go to the bottom because that's how I like to draw. You have essentially entered. This is not going to be to scale. You've entered from the bottom here. Security corridor is here. The right corridor with the hazard door is up there.
Okay.
This will be security office.
Okay.
And we've got hazard door up here.
Okay.
Mundane door down here.
And this is the door we just opened.
Yep.
Okay.
And we will mark the little turrets. Boop. Okay, but you go through this the door here, and indeed, while this corridor is all scorched and such, this corridor and this corridor were pretty much untouched.
Okay.
You step into. Do people move through this door, or do you peer through? Remember, the lighting conditions aren't great. It is a very faint red light.
The stick procedure.
Actually, I was going to use my. Where is it? My bag of things. My bag of things is missing. Bag of tricks. There it is.
Are you possibly about to throw a bear out in front of us?
Probably.
I'm gonna throw some hapless animal into possible turrets.
Yep. Come on, computer. trust. So I need to roll d6, d8. So extra roll. 8, 4. That comes back as a goat.
Okay, so you're deploying a goat into that room.
Yep.
All right.
Boss.
You hear a goat bleat. Then you hear the sound of stuff being knocked over. Little clattering noises, a smashing sound,
And then the sounds of piddling.
and just this goat
Hopefully whatever that
bleating. Sound of
shattering
hooves
sound
landing
was
on
something
what sounds like
important.
wood.
Okay, I think it's safe.
Right? Iala slips through the door.
Okay.
She peers in
You peer in.
first.
You see a goat running around what looks like to be. It's kind of like a nobleman's dining room. It looks like there's this like large wooden table in the center, chairs scattered around it. You see broken glass on the floor. Looks like it might have been some kind of like fine cup or something that was knocked over. The table is covered in these strange rectangles. Looks like they're made of metal and glass. And there are more paintings on the walls in here. You want to enter fully, take a proper look?
Yeah. Now that there's no turrets and
Yeah.
stuff,
The
she's gonna
goat
slip
is standing on top of the table, occasionally like just kicking one of these rectangles off.
in. No, stop that. It could be valuable.
Why is there a goat?
Target.
Let me. That's a circle. Boop. Yeah. You'll move into this room, and is anyone like? I know some of you got dark vision, but is anyone like trying to light torches or such? Get better vision.
I've got my light on my tail.
Yeah,
going
you
when I
got your
eventually
light.
go in. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing that for everybody else because I don't really need it as much because super dark vision, but
Yeah.
I do. It does help.
Nim's helping light up the room, and you can see on the walls are arranged some of these paintings. They appear to be like pictures of a building, and on one of them you can actually see a sign that says something you don't understand. Actually, intelligence roll from everybody.
Straight intelligence?
Yeah, just straight intelligence.
Can I use my modifier?
Intelligence would have a
Okay.
modifier.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Cassian, Noah, and Taryc. You'll actually recognize the symbols from something Wilhelm pointed out. It's the name of the facility. It must say Sojourn Facility if these symbols are matching.
Where was that again?
One of these paintings on the wall seems to show a building exterior with a sign on it. You're apparently looking at images of what the outside of this facility once looked like. It seems to be like unimpressively sized for like what you've been picturing above ground. 3 stories at most. Seems to like go off at a bit of a distance. Looks like there are other unconnected buildings, but the bulk of it was supposed to be underground still, so even in that time. But there are pictures of the facility. There's oh fuck yeah. Noah. There is a picture of what looks like to be this large metal gleaming vessel, seemingly jetting fire from behind it and launching into the air.
Now these are really pretty pictures.
No, it's
Are
not
these
here.
like large pictures?
Yeah, these are they're big pictures. It's meeting hall. We're showing off our important things pictures.
Is this what a ship looks like?
A what?
It,
It looks
Is-
like what Wilhelm said the rocket is like. Look, it has paltry weak fire pushing it into the air.
is can we take this with us?
Maybe we can take that one.
As you examine that one, you see it continues in a lot of pictures. Every now and then, there's pictures of the facility again, looking slightly different. Additions on it. There's in this picture, there's now like a new tower, and then you see a picture of a different ship. This one orientated differently, looks like it's a slightly different design. And as you sort of like gaze around the room, it appears to be like a lineage of images, the facility and the ships it launched. Seems to terminate with this weird vessel, not shooting fire, but you just see like this faint phase of energy emanating from it as it soars through the atmosphere.
Look, they used water finally.
So this is the history.
It belongs in
I'm guessing.
And actually, another set of intelligence checks, please.
Do those of us that succeed to get any bonuses on this?
No.
Yeah, the ones that succeeded already can have advantage.
It's for a roll double ones.
Okay,
Or not.
14.
I know no more or no less.
I'm just giving this to Noah. Noah, those sojourn facility symbols, some of them appear to be repeated with extra symbols on a lot of these images of these craft, and you
I do
recognize the numerical.
I do have level 2 recognition on symbols. If that adds
Wouldn't help
anything.
in this case, no.
Okay.
It's just the pure language. But you do also recognize they are accompanied by some of those numerical symbols that you recognize from the keypads. Seems to be incrementing.
Okay. So
With that roll, you think there's a word sojourn, and then 1, sojourn 2, sojourn 3, all the way up to sojourn 6.
okay. So this is dictates the sojourn 1 through. Noah points at the first picture and then brushes their hand down the line of portraits to 6. So this is I think the last one. Unless we find more pictures, this is what the ship eventually became. What's this light around it?
I tell you that it uses the power of water. They finally realized fire was lame, and they made over to water, and that's why it looks way better.
I don't. Can you use water like that?
Mm.
I don't. It doesn't look like they're in water.
No, but I think it is the engines are using the primal power of water instead of the primal power of fire. See, that is what Wilhelm told us, right? They use the primal power of fire, and now they've moved to water. That's why it looks different. It's way better.
Could it be?
I'm going to have to ask Will about that. Noah writes down
We're not
strange
supposed to ask.
light.
We're not supposed to ask about the rocket ships anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not asking about the rocket ships. I'm asking about the weird light around the rocket ship.
I think that's
Wouldn't
still
be
the
asking about
rocket
the
ship.
rocket ship.
And I'm going to ask about the painting. That's
Of
not
the
a
rocket ship?
Going to ask to describe to me what's on the painting. I'm not going to ask about the ship inside the painting.
Listen, I understand your faith, Hickory, and I'm telling you, I think Wilhelm's been around the block a few times.
I think he actually made the block.
Might have. All right. Well, is there anything else in here other than the goat and these
How
weird
did this goat
squares.
get down here?
Do you guys
I
want to
threw it in
investigate?
here.
Sure. I will roll investigate.
You know what? I will spend one of my 2 inspirations.
Okay.
Yay, I rolled better.
Noah shall see. 16.
Wow. Okay.
Geez, perception.
Yeah, that's not investigation.
I know, I was just looking around the room.
Okay. Well, you see those pictures. Investigations, though. The 24, 21, and 25. You'll find a few things in here. There's a few more of those thick compacts, like that was found in the clothing. Just like resting on a table. A couple have been knocked on the floor. You're going to Nim. You're sort of looking around under the table, and you're actually going to find small items. Looks like they were on a tray. But it seems to be like brownie scaled, like this exotic cup. It's made of a material not you're familiar with, but it's got this lovely hand.
Cutlery?
Yeah,
Oh, cup. Nice cup.
cup. Yeah. Along with a tiny one of those little compacts.
Mhm.
And Taryc and Cassian, you will find looks like it's made of a sort of goldish metal. It might have been sitting on the center of the table. It looks like it's on a sort of weighted base, maybe knocked off by the goat or something far earlier. Is a model of the final ship in those images.
How?
Oh man,
how
Noah didn't
big?
find it. That's so sad.
Size wise, it's about like a foot in length.
You said it's knocked over on the floor, but it's on a base.
Yep, it's on this plinth.
stand.
A solid metal rod would have been holding it up. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick it up and walk over to whichever painting it looks like it's the same as.
Yep, looks like it is the same ship model there.
Oh,
bring-
nice find there, Taryc.
Hold
We
it
should
out
ta-
to Noah.
Oh, what's that?
I have a feeling you probably are the one here that might want that the most.
It's a starship for brownies.
It
Wait,
looks
no,
like
it's-
like it's the one in the picture.
Which one?
In
One
Sojourner
through
6.
6.
6. That is. Thank you, Taryc. I am going to take this and use it as a muse for when I build my own.
I'm also grabbing one of those because when Wilhelm showed how to communicate with communicator, it was for all of us. We
Yeah.
all could see, right? I'm gonna try doing that with one of those.
Seems to be inactive.
Okay.
You want me to put that in my bag of holding for now, Noah? And I'll give it back to you when we get back to the house.
That's actually a good idea.
That way you don't have to try to carry it.
How
Yeah,
many?
I need one.
They're
How many
very
of
useful, but they put you under the scrutiny of the guard.
You find 3
How
data
many of
pucks.
those? Okay, I'm gonna grab those just because we're talking about burying them if we don't find bodies. So
All right. Beyond that, this facility, this room seems to be empty of anything else. Just looks like it was a meeting room. You're able to.
is
There are chairs.
are the chairs like what we think of chairs?
Not really. They seem to be on a sort of curved base that just like runs up from the middle. Seems to be made of a very strange material. They look like retrofuturism chairs.
Just kind of standard
Yeah,
sci-fi chairs. Okay.
yeah.
Are they bubble chairs?
They're not bubble chairs. They're think more the chairs they used to make the chairs in the original series of Star Trek.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
captain chair?
No, not Captain Chair, Uhura chair.
Oh,
The swivel
oh,
chairs.
not the
Yeah.
not the tulip chair.
I found a cup.
Did you find
And the tiny little
And-
those little bucks.
Do you want me to put that with the rest of the ones from this room? In case we don't find bodies, we can bury them. Or
Oh,
do you
I
want to
wasn't
carry
going
that
to
one?
bury the bucks. I was going to
Oh.
say we buried the man's credit,
Oh.
the money card, because
Ah.
that is a sign of his wealth and
Here you go, Sammy. This is
personal
the kind of
items.
cup you found.
Oh,
It's a sippy cup. Please let it be a sippy cup.
it feels very breakable. I see.
Aha.
I'm surprised it survived the
Oh.
fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't fall very far.
I mean, it may have already been on the ground too.
It's actually really clear glass, which is probably like
That is
magical in and of
impressive.
itself.
Like, cups aren't
The
like,
clarity of it.
yeah. You don't make mugs as you would think of the shape out of glass.
Hmm.
You said we heard a crash.
Yep.
Do we see something that we can tell broken on the floor?
Yeah, you shuffle around a bit, and it looks like the goat kicked one of those pads off and then landed on it as it was hopping around,
Okay.
and the screen seems to be broken.
Okay.
Bad goat, go away. We don't want you breaking these things. They're worth
Be
money.
more careful where you throw these goats.
The goat
Cassian.
bleats.
Sacred animal, always angry.
All right, you guys want to head back towards the scary door?
There's no more doors in here, right?
There's no more doors in here.
Okay, then to the scary door.
I
Okay.
didn't find any
Lovely.
cutlery though, did I?
No, there's no cutlery.
Oh, I got a mug and no cutlery. I'm
Uh-huh.
sad.
I was.
I'm
I
just-
was.
Kind of goat. Come on.
All right, go
Why
follow
are we
along.
Where you go?
taking- Why are we taking the goat?
Target.
All right, you arrive at the B
Sounds
door.
Cruel.
It's a
It's,
stuffed animal.
it's not
No,
stuffed.
it's
alive.
bleating. It's alive.
As you arrive
Cassian
at the
pulls
B
out
door,
a ball of fluff out of his bag. It's one of these. It's fine.
That's
you'll hear a
don't
loud
listen to
funk
this.
noise as the maglocks are disengaged, and there's a small light like right up in front of the door that suddenly starts to let out a deeper red glow and spins, and you just hear this doom 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 noise as this door's slowly opening up.
The door is singing. Ba-do, ba-do, ba-do.
Is this supposed to make that noise?
I think that
Probably
we're
warning people.
it's like a song. It's letting you know the door is opening. Ba-do, ba-do. It must be like a celebration room.
Or a
As
warning horn.
Maybe
As-
the lines mean caution, you're going to have too much fun.
I'm sending the goat through the door.
Okay, the goat hops through the door, seems to hop down this corridor, and immediately as this door opens, there's a sort of, that siren stops blaring once the doors are fully finished opening. And you can see that the sort of grey steel corridors are reddish red in plenty of spots. You can see trails leading away from the door, deeper down into the corridor, rounding a corner, which, let me draw that for you.
Do we see any deads or burnt marks or anything too?
Yes.
Hmm.
The boop. Right.
Or is this corridor the one that we can see the damage in the blood or the red stuff? Okay.
Yeah. And you will see the trail going down the corridor to this corner over here.
Does it go the whole length? The trail?
It does indeed. And it doesn't look like just a trail. It looks like multi-layered,
trails.
some spread out across here. Disconcertingly, some of the trails go up along the walls, cross over the ceiling briefly.
Oh, that is not normal.
You know, I'm curiosity. I have a climb speed. How tall are we? The hallways we're in, by the way.
I'd say about 5x6.
Oh, okay.
So 6 feet tall.
climbing is not be something that I could easily do since I'm already not crouching, but hunched over as it is in these We're not going to try to
Actually,
climb
you know what? No, this facility is more likely to have 10-foot ceilings.
10 foot. Okay.
Mhm.
And don't have to crouch.
Which is even worse.
Yeah.
Not seeing that stuff up there.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. I don't know, like, how.
You want to
The
climb the
test
walls?
of it's just how smooth. Yeah, I have a
Yeah,
climb
you can-
speed. But
You can climb
I don't
the
have, like-
walls.
Okay, so it's not super.
You're now looking at
incredibly
justification for your climb ability, which I'm not going to give you.
smooth. No, it's fine. I was just looking
Yeah.
to see if it was even possible, if this was something.
No,
That,
there are
you
no
know,
magical properties stopping people from climbing.
I was talking non-magical personally. Like,
I do
this
consider
is
slick
that smooth.
surfaces something like you can't do it sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Spider in a bathtub.
these are climbable.
Okay.
Again, there's that, like, every now and then there's lines, decorative things, gaps for like what would have been lights and so on.
Yeah. So there's stuff I could
Yeah.
dig into.
Would you like to go first, Taryc?
Sure.
When the goat reaches here, by the way,
Digest.
there is the sudden, not the clicking of those sentry turrets. There is a flash of light that seems to just very briefly cut through the goat. It bleats, is cut into and dissipates.
Whoa!
Like,
Whoa.
dissipates as in, like.
The magical
There.
dismissal of a
Oh,
summoned
okay.
creature.
Okay, it's not. Okay.
But a brief moment it was still corporeal, it was cut in two.
Oh.
No, maybe that's why it was caution.
Can you contact Wilhelm and tell him?
Tap. Wilhelm,
Oh, yes.
there's a light that cuts things in half over here.
Oh, you found a working beam rifle?
It's firing at us.
It's defending the corridor, and it just killed my goat.
You have a goat?
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's dead.
1 second. Let me see if I can. Okay, I can't turn it off, but I can disable its targeting parameters for a brief moment before it cycles again.
Okay, what do they target at? Like movement or people or?
It's an intelligent system. It'll target anything it deems to be a threat. Person, if it's what it would deem to be like a automated weapon, it would probably target that.
Can we blind it somehow?
Maybe.
Does it have eyes we can like hit?
So they have a lot of different sensors. There are cameras for visual targeting. There are infrared sensors. There's all manner of different things.
But they have a lot of different eyes.
Oh, yes.
Is there
Okay.
a place we can go where it can't?
I don't know.
Let me.
It's going to be hard. We all have red inside of us, so it probably can see all that.
Oh my God. Listen, I can give you a 20-second window to move.
How resistant to damage are these things?
Pretty resistant, I imagine.
Don't blow up the building. It's valuable.
Are you able to tell us where we go if we have just 20
Still don't have
seconds to get there?
mapping information.
Okay.
All right. Give me a second, and I feel. She moves her fingers a little bit, and then snaps, and I cast Arcane Eye.
Okay.
So that way. All right, I'll see which way we can walk, and we'll run in that direction.
I'm going to
she-
test something. Hold my beer and watch this. You do that. I'm going to slowly work through the group of everybody, and I'm going to cast invisibility as I pass through somebody's shadow.
Okay. Right, you turn invisible?
I'm turning invisible, but I'm waiting for a moment because I'm letting Iala do their Arcane Eye first. But
Alright, you're drifting your Arcane Eye? Out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out into. I'm just gonna use her lies. token for this.
Okay.
She's still back there though.
You drift it out, and what way are you looking first? The beam
we're
did
gonna
come
look-
from the north, it felt like.
We're gonna look to the south
Okay.
a little bit.
The south, you'll see, seems to just terminate at an end here, and there is another doorway.
Okay.
Let's give you a green doorway. Whoop. There. There are a whole manner of like cuts and scorch marks against this end wall. Looks like that beam has been fired down this corridor many a time.
Okay.
And as you start to turn your arcane eye, the rest of you can see like these very thin like beams of light, not like the big energy beam that dissipated the gold, but just like these little like tiny lines through the air. First you see a sort of red one, then a green one, then a blue one, seemingly targeting down at that arcane eye, and then that beam cuts through again and strikes the arcane eye, and it dissipates.
Oh, even though it's invulnerable?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It's invulnerable to damage, but not dispel, I would assume.
No, it's just doing so much damage that it's beating the invulnerable.
Baby.
Great.
And I will be back in a moment.
Well, I got a little bit of use out of it, but
Actually, you know
It
what? One
seems-
second. I'm going to be a little fair here. We're going to see if this place is actually outfitted with that. High or low?
I will. If it's good stuff, I choose high.
Good stuff for high?
Yeah.
Mm-mm,
course.
Unfortunately not. Yeah, unfortunately the eye is dissipated.
Okay.
Uh,
I am going to try to stealth into the hallway and look to the north.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
Okay. Oh, I am going to use my other inspiration and
Okay.
roll that because that was amazingly bad.
Alright,
Okay,
15.
That's not bad.
Nim, you
And I am invisible.
yeah, I know you're invisible. You step out into the hallway.
the eye.
You looking south or north?
North.
North. All right. You can see this much heavier duty looking turret. Looks like it's deployed from a hatchway in the ceiling. Seems to be scanning around. And it does actually pause, and you see these like different lenses start to flicker across it.
Mhm.
And then it starts to point at you.
Okay. I'm going to try one last Hail Mary.
Mhm.
No, I'm just gonna run back.
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
thought about casting darkness on it, but it probably can see through darkness, so yeah, whatever.
Go ahead
Yeah.
and give me a dexterity saving throw, Nim.
Okay. See if I can fail this again.
Okay.
Doing great.
You have an auto succeed still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
that's valuable.
Okay.
Yeah. I can get a new character. I only have one auto succeed.
Usually that works the other way.
All right, Nim, you are going to be clipped by this turret for half of this. This is
I'm down.
this is radiant damage.
I'm down.
Okay. All right, Nim. You see, everybody can see those lights, little lights flash on Nim again. She tries to dive back into the corridor, but this beam of energy clips her, catches her, and she sort of goes tumbling in, heavily scorched, landing within the confines of this corridor.
Wait, how few hit points do you have if half of that's downing you?
Oh, I would take half. I thought you said.
Yes, I said
took
half.
all of that. Oh, half. Okay, yeah. Then I'm up still. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, my brain thought that I thought I took all of that. I was like, oh, I downed.
Yeah, I was worried about that too. Half of that down immediately.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait, we don't see her.
Yeah, I'm invisible. So.
You do need
You
to
can
make
see it
a
on the snap.
You do need to make a concentration check, I think. Is
Yeah.
visibility concentration? I can't remember.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, I lose it. So
Hey!
I lose it after I got shot. I lost it.
Yeah. All right.
What are you doing?
Um,
I was trying to see if it was had the ability to see through our magic, because it's a thing.
Are you all right?
Right at the beginning, Wilhelm said that invisibility is not as useful as it once was.
But I don't know if it applied to every single thing.
Oh, are you
Okay.
okay?
I am okay. It hurts real bad. I'll be fine.
Do
Oh,
between
but Nim,
Hmm?
you did get to see 2 rooms.
There are 2 rooms up there, and there is a thing in the ceiling on the far end. Has a lot of weird shiny things that go over its eye.
Right. I've got an idea.
All right, at the end here.
There are 3 doors, yes? How many doors can Wilhelm open? 1?
sounded like one
Or
at a time, or we could ask.
yes, that's what I'm asking. Wilhelm, how many doors can you open at a time? 1 or
That's right, Cassian's away.
I'm back.
We need you to contact Wilhelm.
Tap tap.
Yes.
Iala is wondering how many doors can you open in this hallway at once?
1. Like I said.
right? Do we want
Uh,
to? How many times can he shut it down for 20 seconds? Like, can we do this multiple times after a little bit, or only once?
How many times can you shut this thing down?
I think I should be able to keep doing it. I mean, if you want me on it, just on it. I can probably keep it locked down. There might be a few seconds where it's able to fire and target, though.
Right. So we'll try doing one of these at a time, and we'll just let you know when to try keeping it off.
Okay. I'm going to have to seal the door behind you. The facility's not letting me open up anything else while that's open.
All right.
Rich,
Well, I'm not liking that.
do you want to go to the south and work towards the beam, or start at the beam and work back down this way?
Right.
I
The
say,
siren starts to blare again as the doors close behind you.
Oh, that door. Okay, I thought you meant the doors we were going to go through.
do we
It
all
would
want
make
to go?
sense to me that if there is something to control the turret, to maybe control it, it would be at the door closest to the
Closest?
turret, not the farthest, because I would think that they would not expect enemies to get that far. It is supposed to be
Do-
going after threats, yes?
Do you know how far away it was, Nim? Do you think
I'm
we
going to
could get
have
there
to
in 20
think.
seconds?
It's about a good 30 feet or so, maybe a bit more.
You'd be able to make that.
I wasn't actually sure if everything was to scale, so
It's
It's not,
it's close
but-
enough, but yeah.
okay,
It's,
okay, close enough.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm rounding it, because
Yeah.
Nim was out there for a very short amount of time, just about
I
30
was-
feet, maybe a bit more than that. I
Uh,
was kind of trying to take in a lot at once.
so we have Wilhelm deal with that turret, and then we rush to the door up there by it.
Yes.
If you would be, if you would communicate that, Cassian.
Cassian's going to communicate back what everyone came up with.
what exactly are you telling him?
Which door was it you guys wanted open again?
The one closest to the turret.
Can you shut down the turret and open the door closest to it?
Certainly. Are you ready now?
On your
as far-
marks.
As far as I can tell, they're ready to go.
Okay. Turret off, door unlocked.
Run.
Right. So you all go charging out.
Yes.
Alright.
Nim's not going to. She's got the shorter movement speed that she's worried about getting down the hallway, so she's gonna stay here.
At least,
You have
at least
you have
two of
Nami.
us.
You got noms?
You could-
Yeah,
And
all right,
any of us-
Nami.
Any of us can pick you up.
All right, Nami.
Okay. Alright, you all go charging down the corridor. As you do, notably, you'll notice that those bloody smears, those pulling marks, such, seem to go into the door that you run past.
Yeah.
This one
Okay.
here.
It's a note for if we survive whatever's in the story.
You get to this door. It's unlocked, but it is closed. Who's forcing it open?
I'll force it open because
Does it require a key card?
It does not require a keycard.
Then letting someone force it open.
All right, Taryc, go ahead and give me a athletics check.
athletics. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
22.
you are able to push the door open easy enough, and you can all slip on inside. This room is indeed a small little room that seems to have a whole bunch of like these metal boxes in there, lots of cabling running about, and a bunch of these little terminals.
All right.
Tippy taps. The tippy taps.
This looks a lot like the security room, then, yes?
You
Can
are
I find
essentially in a
something to
server
make-
room.
Can I find the thing to make the keyboard come out?
Yeah, you find a slot a lot like the one Wilhelm deployed the small keyboard from. You're able to tap on that, and the little keyboard comes out.
I have keyboard.
Get away for a second.
All right. So, do you know how to? No, I guess you would not.
Wilhelm taught me a little, but not very much.
The little screen in front of you, Nim. You're going to see Wilhelm's face appear on it.
No, Wilhelm.
Nim, you're at the terminal.
Yes, I have the tippy tap.
Oh, marvelous. What room are you in? What's in there?
There are big metal towers and,
And a lot of colored string.
rope everywhere.
Wires. Okay. Actually, in that case, Nim, you're going to. I want you to press the following symbols, okay? And he's going to direct you to tip tap on the keyboard.
Mhm.
And then he's going to ask you to read some information out on the screen for him, which you're able to relay. There's a little bit of back and forth here. And then he goes, okay, you should be able to shut off the turrets completely from there, I think.
Okay, how'd I do that?
You see those big boxes with the string coming from them?
Yes.
I need you to find one that has, you see, you know that little squiggle sequence I had you enter?
Yeah.
It's going to have that marked on it somewhere. You need to find that, and then you're going to open up one of the panels, and there's going to be one of those levers in there.
Okay.
You're going to need someone to pull that, and then you're going to type in a sequence while they do that, okay?
Okay.
Who wants to look around? Try and identify the correct box.
I will.
Noah, would this be investigation or perception?
Investigation.
Okay.
I will investigate.
Okay.
Noah
I might as
shall
well.
All right, whoever wants to investigate, go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
Noah shall guidance themselves.
I did good.
You did. All right. Nim, you are able to find the mark. It's not the most direct correlation, but it contains the markings Wilhelm was talking about. He's also doing his best guesstimations here, so it's not all fully accurate. But you find that, and there's a latch panel.
Yeah, Cassian, you found the same one I did. This one.
Yeah.
There's a latch panel that you can open up. Inside of it seems to
Cassian,
be a
can
lever.
you open this, and I'm going to get back to keyboard. Okay, we found it. Wilhelm and Cassian is ready to pull the lever.
Okay. If Cassian pulls that lever, then you're going to type in this sequence. Get yourself ready on the left side of the keyboard, okay?
Okay.
Right, Cassian, you're able to pull this, and Wilhelm has you type in some coding. Once you do, you see the screen sort of flash. It looks like there's like a little reboot that happens. Cassian, you see a couple of the lights in this cabinet go from green to red. And once the screen comes back on Nim, Wilhelm's face reappears, and he goes, "Okay, that should do it."
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I test it first, I guess.
I don't want to test it again.
Cassian throws a fluff ball out into the hallway.
What are you throwing?
One of my bag of trick balls.
What is it?
Oh. D8. Oh God. That's a lion.
Okay.
I don't like it.
There is a massive lion in the hallway. That's how like one of those loud yawns, and just starts to like stalk about. And the turret does not seem to move.
Nim starts to shake.
Cassian pokes his head out. Hey, thanks. Can you go around the corner there and huddle down in that corridor? Just keep an eye on it.
It stares at you, blinks lazily before just like slowly sauntering down and rounding that corner.
Thank you.
Yeah. I guess we can traverse this. She puts her hand out really quickly to see if there any lights hit it.
And nothing happens.
Okay. This seems to be safe. For now, at least. Let's get these doors closed.
Okay. I'm getting more systems up. Tracking you a bit better. I might be able to get cameras running. Okay. If you continue on, I'll keep working at this.
Okay.
Is there anything else we can do for you in that room?
I don't think so. Turning any stuff off. Actually, you might be. No, I don't know what systems are fully connected. No, just carry on.
Okay.
All right.
Can you open the door that's one down from us?
Yep, got it. Once you're out of that room, you hear the power fade away. The maglocks re-engaging, and then you hear that same kafunk coming from the doorway that you're heading for.
Oh.
Iala pretty much gets the stun baton ready, and it kind of braces herself just in case.
You
We
said
should save that.
you said there were. Did you say that there were scratches and stuff in the?
Yep.
All
you
the
can
trails.
Yeah, the door frame
there.
is smeared with blood. Old.
Can I roll a nature check to see what could have made these scratches?
Sure.
Going guidance. Nature.
That's a really good nature
26.
check. That would let you identify most things, which makes it very unnerving that you have no idea what did this.
Oh. The way that this material is damaged, it looks. I would think some sort of animal did it, but I have no idea what it could be. I can't. I don't recognize any of this.
Well, hopefully whatever it is, it's long dead. And
Right.
if it's long dead, it's the kind of dead that stays dead.
You're pulling the door open?
I'm not.
Taryc? Oh, wait. Taryc is
I'm back
disposed.
by the. No.
Oh, there you are.
I'm
Okay.
just- yeah.
Can you get Mr. Lion to go?
Oh, the lion's down in the Oh, you want him in the room?
We'll have him go first.
Hey, buddy. Can you come around? Can you come over here? I need you to poke your head into this room for me.
Does this one need to be forced open?
It
also?
does.
Yeah.
Okay. Athletics, go!
All right. You easily force open this door. Nomi's offering to kill the lion for you, Nim, as the lion sort of saunters through that
Nim
doorway.
is just hiding behind Nami.
And this corridor is wide, big, even taller. Seems to be a good 20 feet tall, about as wide. And it is a horrific sight. You see turrets hanging, limp, deactivated. The lion wanders in, does not seem to get shot by them. The walls covered in these scorch marks, and there's a couple of turrets that are actually like rent out of the ports that they came down through, as if they were torn from the ceiling. A couple have like bent barrels. And there is just a whole lot of old clothing soaked in ancient blood, piles of unidentifiable organic matter, dust and such amongst them, just like lining up against this southern wall.
I think we should look at in the other room first before we go down here.
And
Curiosity.
there
all
is
these
a
burn-
massive set of doors.
Question on the burn marks.
Mhm.
Can we make a check to see if we can figure out what would cause burn marks in this?
I think it's quite obvious that the turrets
Laser turrets.
cut through people.
Do we? Well, so far we've seen burn marks though in the first corridors, didn't? Oh, it could have been. We don't know what that one was.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. I was just suddenly thinking of something besides laser turrets.
Mhm.
So, okay.
Yes, notably so far, you don't think you've seen any of the solid munition turrets that, like there was in that initial corridor, in deeper here. But you don't know what that one inactive one was doing.
So there's no. Is there dents or any? Is there dents like in the first?
There are claw
corridor
marks
in this one.
in here,
But not the dents.
not
that
the
were
dents from
probably bullet
munitions.
holes.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, mix of claw marks, scorching, and blood on the walls.
When you so for these claw, like, are these big claw marks?
You
Or
go
are they
you go
like-
up and examine one, and it looks like it was made by a claw that would be like width-wise at least 3 inches.
Okay. So not something that's probably
Bigger
off
than
from,
you,
like-
definitely.
Do those match the ones by the door?
Yes.
Like size-wise? Okay. Okay. How tall is the door here?
This door, it's
Mhm.
very normal size actually. Which very good observation. You do actually then wonder, how did something sporting claws that size even get through this door?
Yeah.
It's because out of character brain. The Heian more oozy like creatures, because I can't.
Yeah,
think of
you
the-
are familiar with the
They're-
concept of creatures that are able to like maldeform, shapeshift a bit.
Are the Heian ones stuff we still know about?
Yes.
Like being something. Okay. I just wanted to get an idea of that before we go further. Okay. That
Notably, there
How-
are signs and symbols beside this great big door. Unfortunately, you're not familiar with the writings on them. Although you, Noah, you're going to need to get a roll because of your knowledge.
Okay. Which do I roll? Intelligence?
I want you to
Or-
do an intelligence with your proficiency and the 2 from your system knowledge.
Okay. Efficiency
we're at a 3 right now.
3 plus 5, so 18.
17.
Okay, 18.
Seven.
That'll be good enough.
Hey,
Uh,
you do math some days. Not always.
You're just doing the math. It's fine.
Okay. You're going to see symbols that you understand to be contamination hazard. Mimetic influence, and you see a danger level. You don't have a direct translation for the word, but you understand it to be like your secondary severity. It's some strange word, Euclid.
As you say, yeah, we know about. Oh no, we know magical danger.
It doesn't have a number on it.
There is no number. There's actually just a
Okay.
term.
So I could cross.
Is there an infinity symbol next to it?
There is no infinity symbol next to it. No.
Okay.
What did it say you got? 18?
Yes.
Don't know if to give this to you. We're going to give this a 50-50. High or low?
Hi.
Nope.
God. I've rolled woe too, so I can cosmic ocean. Omen.
You can only do that to D20s anyway. I think.
Oh, no, I'd be able to do it to the int roll.
Oh, to the end roll, yeah.
I think Cassian might have a good idea to check the other door before we
Yeah, this
go in there.
it says contamination, mimetic influence. I guess that's what that means. Like it kind of like
We know what mimetic is this day and age.
No.
Like,
Maybe
price. Okay.
maybe
I-
tell
no idea.
Wilhelm.
Yeah, Wilhelm.
Waiting for Noah to give us all the information first.
the warning level here is high. It's not it's not a basic danger level, it's advanced danger level. And one more thing that I can't really get. So this seems dangerous.
Tap tap.
Okay. All right. Yes.
So we found a pair of giant doors that have warnings on them. Mimetic has influence, advanced danger, and a word Noah can't read.
And there's a lot of blood
And there are turrets in
Stuff
front of
on
the
'em.
store and bodies everywhere.
Is the door closed?
Is the door closed?
The door is closed,
The door is closed.
but there are bodies.
Lots
Yeah.
of them.
There's supposed to be cameras there. Do you see? They'll look like small domes on the ceiling.
I'm going to look around.
Yeah, those you can see like inset into the ceiling these small little black domes.
Yeah, they're they're black domes all over the place.
Can you put Nim on?
Hold on. Hey, buddy, I'm going to scratch the line behind your ears. Can you go back into that hallway again, please?
The lion just stares at you, then slinks off very angrily.
Sorry. Nim,
What?
Wilhelm would like to talk to you.
Okay.
Right, yeah, you hand Nim the puck, and
Yes.
Nim, you're here. You there, darling?
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
Marvelous. So I can probably get one of those cameras working, but I need its ident number. If you're able to fly up to one, there should just be a plastic shell. If you or your brave steed can yank it down a bit, take a look inside. There should be a sequence of numbers.
Oh, Taryc could just climb up the wall.
That's bizarre. I didn't know Knowles could do that in this day and age.
Taryc was climbing on the walls
Knowles
earlier.
used to be
Here.
able to do it great. That's great.
Taryc, here, take the. Why don't you take this and go do what Wilhelm told you to do?
Okay. I'm going to.
Hello, Taryc.
Hello, Wilhelm.
I
So
need
what
you on
am
the ceiling.
Okay.
Black dome.
how-
Yank it off the ceiling.
How tall is it now that I'm actually coming out here?
It's about 20 foot tall.
Okay. I've got a 55-foot climb speed, so
All right, so you're gonna go on up, make your way to one of those little domes, and you're gonna leverage it off.
yep.
Right.
Do
You're
you
able to
want
just
to
get
check for that? Or?
You don't need a check. These are literally just plastic coverings.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. Which you plunk this dome off, and there is like a little array of lenses beneath it. And you have this strange material now just in your hand. This really amazingly it's the most dome-like dome you've ever held.
And I've
Yes,
held a
and
lot of
super
domes
light.
in my day.
They have perfected the dome.
You feel like you could put these over domes that you have as a protection.
Yeah.
You get 4
Yeah.
domes off the ceiling here.
No, I don't think they're that big.
They
Right.
probably aren't. Nim nods to herself because she looks at those domes and thinks, "Man, I couldn't have lifted that."
And all right,
yeah.
you're gonna look in the around the camera.
Yep, I'm gonna start.
I'm gonna ask for you to make me an investigation check because this is small font, which is why he wanted the Trixie.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
22.
you really have to squint. Use your claw to try and leverage a couple of wires aside. And you're able to. You have to really think about it because again, the sequence of numbers on that keypad, but you don't know the numbers natively, so you have to try and remember what correlates to what. So go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Just as curiosity, I do have the level 1. Do I get anything for that?
You can have advantage.
Okay.
Yep, that's good enough.
16?
Yep. All right. You're able to rattle it off to him, and you hear tip tapping on the other end, and then some the camera seems to you see a couple of little lights blink on.
I'm gonna try to put
good
it
God!
back. Should I put it back up?
No. You can leave it uncovered.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
That is
Getting a
some
straight down shot between Taryc
I'm gonna-
and
Yeah.
right now.
No, it's you got that is some schnoz you have. Okay.
I'm going to start timing down unless he tells me not to.
He basically got the dog examining the webcam view.
At least it was a drilling.
Snore.
Tori's having a great time in the security room right now watching this stuff.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. So
It's
that
quite a mess in here.
that is a room that contains a risk of contaminant. However, it does not appear to be airborne or anything like that, so should be safe to enter.
What is that?
Mimetic. It is able to spread something fiery, via concept and idea. It's like back in my day, we would have said that a Fae that is able to mind control people is able to spread a mimetic hazard. Or a jaunty tune that magically gets trapped in your head is a mimetic hazard.
That doesn't sound good.
No. However, precautions. Okay.
Is there scratches by me, by the way?
No scratches by you. You can easily move over to some, though.
I'm going to. These scratches are also on the outside where we are, where the rest of the group is.
Strange.
And the door is normal size.
You should not be susceptible to mimetic hazard unless you are suffering loss of faith.
Is anyone suffering loss of faith?
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know.
Not quite sure yet. I don't think so.
The others aren't
fine.
sure, so they might.
So certain of their faith, they sound. Wow. Okay, maybe
I-
this is some
I
danger.
mean, I did kind of make a deal with the demon prince, so I'm not sure.
That's not a lot of faith. That's just bad
Well,
decision
that's-
making.
Okay, and I don't know. Then I still believe in my god.
That's good. Just
Good.
hold to that, and you should be fine. Do you want this door opened?
What are all
think-
the warnings? Because there's a
Oh,
lot.
I'm gonna start passing on that information as I walk back over and that question's asked. Because the mnemonic.
So the warnings are basically just information for Affinity staff to know what to deal with. Unfortunately, it's a little undescriptive beyond that. I'm going to see if I can. This is oddly. Sojourn's not supposed to be a containment facility, so.
Oh, I think we had made the decision to check the door farther down this corridor before
Hell,
we
Wilhelm, we
try
found a
that.
tiny rocket to go to space.
We found a tiny rocket to go to space.
I don't believe you.
We can show it to you when we get back there.
Sure. Okay, you need the southern door opened?
Yes, please.
Okay, get yourselves through. We'll re-engage with this one. And as you sort of filter back out of that room, there's that funk of locks changing, and this one down here opens up. This one does actually slide open. Seems to its mechanism still working.
I'm going to return you to Cassian. I'm going to hand it back to Cassian.
Okay. Hello, Cassian.
Hi. So I got a question for you.
Yes.
Would something that's able to make you see someone implant thoughts into your mind that you know this someone and be able to pass it around to everyone around you, would that be a mimetic hazard?
Oh, gods, yes.
Great. Okay. I need to talk to the rest of the group.
Stick through the door.
Guys, guess what?
Yeah.
The thing we really don't like. I don't want to say its name because I think it might be beyond that door.
So
Do you think that we're going to open one of these doors and see a great big pit of roots that's full of slimes that goes all the way down the corn steps?
I just confirmed with
Crabs?
Wilhelm what it was doing to us is a mimetic hazard.
So,
No.
I may have thought of that big hole we found maybe an entrance into one of the other wings of this. I thought of that earlier, but I was trying not to say it because I didn't want it to be true.
You know, not saying something doesn't change if it's true or false, right?
Yes, but one can hope. Also, stick through door.
Stick through door. The door opens up, so you put your stick into it. No real point, as for once, this room is fully lit.
I'm still doing it just in case of turrets.
Yeah, no turrets fire on your stick. What you see in here appear to be some panels set into the wall, these strange glass panels. Looks like a couple more of those with metal banks with wires, and at the end, a large object that seems to be a frame around this like cube of void. Not void as in like, oh, there's nothing there, but just like there is a empty hatchway in this thing. There's a box.
This end over here,
Yeah.
where that is. Okay. I'm just gonna. Seems to be safe in here, and
As you all start to filter in, one of the panels on the wall lights up, and there's all this you out of character, an almost cartoonish face. Looks like first it looks actually like a gnoll as Taryc enters, and then like it almost takes on like a cartoonish facsimile of each of your species as you all come in and turn.
Is it doing it all at once with everybody, like combining?
No, it's not combining. It's just flashing one after the other.
Okay.
And as you all enter, it goes, "Greetings."
Oh, it's another one of those voices.
Do we actually understand what
yes?
it's saying?
No.
No, it didn't just say greetings.
Yeah, it says bloop bloop.
Tap.
Hello. Well, we could tell it made sound.
Yeah.
I'm
You're speaking Trey tongue, yeah?
Yeah,
Yes.
I am.
Right. It seems to listen to you speak, and then you just see a series of arrows appear on its screen.
Do the arrows mean anything to us?
Seem to be just going in a circle, and when you stop talking, it stops flashing.
We saw this
What
before,
did
It
we
right?
starts flashing again.
What is going on?
It's we saw this before, right, Nim? We need to keep talking in order
You
for
need
it
to talk to the sojourn facility so it learns to speak the words that we speak, because it doesn't
Yeah.
speak the same words.
Hello,
So-
sojourn facility. I hope this is helping with whatever you're doing. Can you talk like us now, maybe? Just still spinning as I'm.
It's still spinning.
So it's
maybe-
trying to comprehend language.
Yes, Nim and I ran into something like this before the entire place shut down, and right before we met with Wilhelm. It was what directed us towards his room.
Greetings.
It's
You understand now.
Oh, hi.
Greetings.
I am Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
How may I assist you today?
Hello, Sarah. We were wondering, do you have any memory of what happened here?
Explain
I have-
hazard.
I have logs stating the past 2,500 Replimat uses.
Replimat?
What's the Replimat?
The machine at the end was briefly, and Sarah's visage, which seems to now have just settled on a sort of neutral elven-looking face, moves along the screens towards it, and it goes, "This is the Replimat facility. I am Sarah, your assistant in using the Replimat."
Ask Wilhelm.
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Hey, Wilhelm. What's a replimat?
Replimat. It's basically a large-scale replicator. It's able to make objects out of energy. Very handy. Can be used to make food, tools, all manner of things.
Did you ever meet a voice by that calls itself Sarah?
Yes, actually. Sarah's a rather commonplace standard AI for such things.
Oh,
We asked you to make a rocket.
AI. So apparently Sarah's active in here, and there's a replimat.
That's what? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Replimats take fast amount of energy. If the rest of the facility's on minimal
It's
power,
well lit in here.
why on earth do they have a standalone?
I'm gonna look around. Is there cameras in here?
Yeah, there's a
You
couple
know,
of cameras set at the top.
On the ceiling or on
no,
the
ceiling.
mat?
Oh, a rocket.
Ask Wilhelm if another camera would be helpful.
How much?
Wilhelm, would another camera be helpful? And
Rocket.
Yes.
would
Can I-
Sarah know you needed the identification number from the camera?
Yes.
Hold on one second. Sarah,
Yes.
question for you. And I point up at the one of the cameras on the roof. Do you by chance know the identification number for that camera?
I do not. Would you like me to replicate you a camera?
Yes.
Would it be able to join the security system?
If wired in by facility personnel.
Mm.
I'm just gonna climb to the ceiling since I know where that was
Warning.
last time.
Energy reserves are low. Would you like me to replicate the camera?
No.
Rocket?
You replicate a starship?
I am able to replicate some components of a starship, but I am unable to produce a full starship.
Components.
Those things are gigantic. Yeah, I don't. Sarah is not big.
How do
Yeah,
you know?
Just climbing.
Would you like
up
a
to the-
left
Looking at
ventral
this
port
thing.
interface for a starship?
No, thank you.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm just gonna go get the camera.
Wait, we don't make anything right
climbing up.
now. We don't make anything right now.
gonna try to find it.
Noah, if we find broken
I know where it
starship,
is.
we could get parts.
Good.
Would
I
that
mean,
be smart?
if Sarah is able to, that would be great.
Oh.
Do I need to do checks to find it again?
No, you're able to
Okay.
pull it off, find the number, and get Wilhelm tapped in.
Sarah, what kind of things can you make?
Sarah seems to smile at you from the screen, and then does a obvious look this way, which is funny to see on a 2D plane. And suddenly a large list of rolling text starts to appear on the screen.
That has no meaning to us.
There's no meaning
It's
to
in a
you.
language we don't read.
And she sees that you seem uncomprehending, and then that list of text seems to change into little pictures.
Oh.
You see scrolling things of look like food, exotic dishes. You see clothing. You see tools.
Oh,
Look at that dress.
I
Was
could
pretty.
get my crowbar back.
Is there any blood coming in here? I just thought about this.
No blood coming in here.
Okay. So actually, Wilhelm already know because I passed the message on to Cassian about the number.
Sarah, can you make phylactery?
Phylactery. I can make objects that could be used as a phylactery for a ritual spell.
Mm-hmm. Would it be powerful, strong?
It would depend on the power of the creator of the spell for the phylactery.
It would be strong material, though. Yes.
Yes. If you so wished it.
What about... Are you able to make magic items or artifacts?
This facility is not equipped with the ability to generate magical formula.
Right. Well, it still seems to be useful for the mundane.
Would you like cutlery?
It looks down at Nim.
I have to save 4 parts for Noah.
Well, maybe it does not take up that much energy for a bunny.
What if it takes up a lot of energy, though? That would be bad. I want Noah to have their wish.
Sarah,
Yes.
you said you were low on power. How many items or complexity of items can you make?
It varies
Before you
depending
run
on the
out.
complexity of item. Items made of simple materials with uncomplex structures, I could do approximately 25 prints. Something that requires a high-capacity energy bank would limit it to approximately 5 prints. These numbers are inaccurate depending on request.
Okay. Examples. A Trixie-sized set of cutlery.
Trixie-sized set of cutlery would hardly budge the number of prints remaining.
And a component for a starship.
Depending on the component, if it is a panel to cover a access hatch, it would require a singular non-complex print. If it were a more complex component with multiple moving parts and high-energy relays, then it would require most of my reserves.
We can make you a set of cutlery, and it won't affect anything.
I have a cup. It is fine. It is fine. We do, this is very, very special and should not be wasted on something like utensils for me. I can get wooden ones in town. I have wooden ones.
There is a sudden screeching noise from the ceiling. This horrible intonation and a garbled voice coming through.
Hello? What was that?
No.
Okay. Oh, hello? Hello? You hear Wilhelm's voice then coming through clearly.
Hello.
Oh,
Ears.
Sorry.
Can you hear us?
Did it make a bad noise?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Noise.
very.
Oh.
It was like demons singing opera.
Well, at least you can hear me now. Yes.
I would
Yes.
think they would sing better than that, though.
Can you see us from
Yes,
the camera?
I can.
Okay. So this is the Replamat.
Went over
What
to
did
the war.
Actually, one thing we should consider, we are leaving and we're probably not coming back. And other people will come in here and use the replimat.
Unless we lock the door and hide the panel.
That doesn't guarantee that it's that way. And like I said, there's no guarantee that we are coming back. We are leaving the continent. So
We don't know that yet. But
Uh,
first,
Well,
we
that's
need.
very I found something of interest to you, I think.
Oh?
Yes.
what?
Map data.
Oh.
Okay.
Satellites lasted a few years after the cataclysm, kept feeding in data, and the facility's got some stores on it.
You'll have to tell us what a satellite is later.
Oh,
but
an
what
eye
did you...
in the sky looking down on the world.
Oh,
Okay.
science
What
I want a
type?
satellite.
bigger than North Star.
You
Sarah?
already want a rocket. You can only get one thing.
Yes.
Do you have access to the map data Wilhelm was just talking about?
I could access the systems if granted permission.
You have my permission.
Are you facility personnel?
You made the computer sound incredulous. Great job, Noah.
We're in the facility.
What's the role in order to deceive the computer?
Deception.
We work for Envoy Wilhelm?
Dignitary Wilhelm.
Yes.
Dignitary Wilhelm has been given full permissions for the facility.
So,
Wilhelm,
Fancy.
can you grant Sarah access to your map data?
Yes, you hear tip-tapping over the comm relay, which is really annoying and clacky with this loud ceiling speaker. And then Sarah just seems to look aside again, and you see the world. You actually see not just a drawn map, but as realistic as those paintings you found, a
Noah-
spinning globe.
Noah leans in real close.
That
You
can't be right. I still disagree with this whole rotating thing. We would know that we were going places like that.
not only do you see a map of the world, more accurate than anything that's ever been portrayed to your knowledge. You see the land masses laid out. You see actually a little blinking light that Sarah goes, this is our current location.
Oh, pretty little
Oh.
light.
And
Sarah, how much
as the
energy
globe
would-
rotates, you see more land masses than are actually known.
Oh, this. Oh.
this
That's weird.
is beyond the known world. What? I want a satellite. I want access to this all the time.
Sarah,
Give
is
me.
this information from before the catastrophe that hit the facility?
This map was last updated approximately 6,784 years ago. 2,385 years after the calamity.
So not
So it was
all
after the
of.
calamity.
After the calamity, but quite long ago. However, continental drift should not have been that severe.
But it won't
Okay.
have the map won't have current cities on it.
No.
But
It has.
mountain ranges really shouldn't change. Forests will have changed.
Sarah, can you print
Sarah-
this out on like a piece of leather? The map of the continents and the lands.
I can. However, if you are looking for something long-lasting, then leather is ill-advised.
Sarah,
What?
can you print this out on
Metal?
a device that one can interact with to look at?
Certainly, this will require a high-energy power reserve cell.
Won't that take power and go out, though,
Um,
Cassian? We want something that not go
That's
away.
that's why we're asking first.
What
Noah?
Sarah, would you please print this out on lithoglass, please? Certainly. Right.
Okay.
And
It's
that
lithoglass.
machine at the end starts to whir. You see energy coalescing, and you just hear Sarah go, "How many copies would you like?"
Um,
Oh, if,
is
does this take a lot of
lith-
energy?
is
No, this is a
Wilhelm
simple structure to print.
is lithoglass fragile?
No, quite the opposite, actually. It's more of a product name. It's not actually glass.
Probably
one
should
for
have.
each of us then, if it doesn't take too much energy.
How big are they?
What?
So 7 copies.
Okay. The energy coalesces, whirls, and then fades away, and you just see like these thin sheets now sitting at the bottom of this replimat.
No,
Cassian will
reach.
pick them up.
Right, you're going over, and yeah, they're like decent. Like you have to spread your arms to hold these out fully. But they're these sheets of this strange material, very much like what Wilhelm has mentioned as plastic. But they seem to bend easily. They don't seem to tear at all.
Roll them.
You can roll them
Like-
very, very easily. And it is land masses. It is a spread view of that globe.
Is there any words
Cass-
on it?
No words.
Cassian's going to hand one immediately to Noah.
No, it's only reached in and grabbed one of their own. Spreads
There
it
is
wide out.
a Trixie scale one here as well. Almost goes unnoticed by most of you.
We probably shouldn't
I will take
show
the
this
16.
around too much.
No,
It's so pretty, Nim.
I'm going to hand them out. Hand one to Iala.
Notably, yeah, with this sort of spread out version of it, you can see that there are extra land masses, at least 5 of them, that seem to be separated from the rest by an even greater swath of ocean.
That would explain where people haven't found them.
But how great a distance it is. It takes months to get to these continents.
Yeah, we could. Is it a known thing of comparative distances on maps type thing? Like-
To some people.
Okay, so it's not something most of us probably
No.
know because we don't have car. Okay, I'm gonna roll it up and put it in my backpack.
Maps are
Mine's
rare,
going
maps
away.
are expensive, and you probably are holding an absolute fortune here.
Yeah,
I'm going to very carefully put it in my bag of holding.
we have to get a.
Actually, Sarah,
Yes.
can you print a device that can charge a beam pistol power pack using magic or light?
There are no magical formulas stored in this facility. To charge a beam pistol using light would take a long time, but it is possible.
Okay.
How
Thank you
long?
for the information.
To fully charge a beam pistol magazine using photosynthesis device would take approximately 3 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Ineffective amount of time.
Yeah.
Is there any way to recharge batteries without active power source like station?
You wish to charge batteries without an active power source?
without an like a building that is providing power, is there a standalone thing that could be used to
An efficient charger?
consume
You-
something or
If you wish, I can print out a portable power supply. It would have its own limited charge, but would be capable of offering multiple recharges before it ran out.
but it would also run out. So there's not a way to make more power.
I can print off schematics for a power station if you so please.
No, thank you.
Don't think we have the
We
tech.
will put that on.
It
The
is
back
possible to convert mechanical motion into power.
Oh, how long would that take to charge?
Depending
something?
on the mechanical motion's input, it could take anywhere from months to years. Depending on the high efficiency source, shorter time perhaps. It would be down to what you hook up to it.
That is
I am
difficult.
not made for design, you see.
We need someone who knows what they're talking about.
Mm.
She's the salesperson, not the engineer. Engineer? No, it would be she's the merchant, not the artificer.
Sarah, with the portable power pack, how many pistol or beam rifle power packs or even communicators can it charge before it would run out?
You have asked me for estimations on varying different levels of energy input there. Is there one you want specifically?
I apologize. I'm trying to think, and there's just a lot of
The energy
things
rifles.
going on.
It would be possible to fully recharge a communication puck with only a minute amount of energy. They are efficient, long-lasting. Beam pistols, if discharged repeatedly, require vast amounts of energy. These are very different numbers.
How long would a communication puck be to charge with the light charger?
With a light photosynthesis,
Yes.
Yes.
I do not know.
Right. Okay.
If
How
I were
many?
Here's a different question. The communication pucks. How long will they last on a charge?
Approximately 10 years. Would you like to recharge your communication pucks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, that would be a good idea, and that won't take much power, will it?
It will take a small amount of power, but I will still remain active.
I think it might be a good idea.
I think that's a good idea too. If we all have these sending stones for us.
I think if nothing else, that might be a good thing to have on us.
I'm going to reach in and pull out the the 8 that are sitting in my. Oh no, we had 8 total. The 6 that I have in my pouch. We have 6.
And I have one on me.
and I have one.
Yes.
These are short-range communication
Oh,
pucks.
5 then.
Would you like the higher grade model?
How far does the higher grade model go?
The higher grade model, if interfacing with the satellite network, covers planetary distances. If acting on its own transmitter, it has a range of approximately 250 miles.
How far
Oh.
do these reach?
About 5 miles.
That's short range.
Yes.
I don't think we need the bigger ones.
No, I do not believe so either.
I want the bigger one.
How
Oh,
about
weren't there
no?
bigger ones in Wilhelm's room? Where Wilhelm is right now. Can't we just go get one of those and charge that?
He is the same ones we do.
You should be advised that replicating new ones and recharging old ones are around about the same amount of energy. They are very uncomplex systems.
I believe I'm one of those.
So if we
For
go with the
what
long-range ones,
reason?
it's going to burn just a tiny bit more energy.
More than the simple ones, yes. Would you like cake?
Cake? Did you say cake?
Yes.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah?
That sounds like a trap.
Okay, there's the yes. There is the whir of the reprimat. And then there is this beautiful cake. Looks like it's a sponge cake. It's got layers of cream, strawberries on it.
Wow.
Oh.
If I were to show you a picture of somebody, Sarah, with magic, could you make a picture of them on this little glass?
Yes.
Can I do that?
Iala picks up the cake and moves it out of the replimat.
How many?
Cassian's
Please.
actually pulling out his mess kit and grabbing a knife. So
Go ahead, Dim. Do that.
Nim is going to use minor illusion to make a very flattering image of her patron.
What would you like this figure to be doing?
What?
What would you like this figure to be doing?
Looking very regal like she is here.
Right. There is a wiring, and you get a printed image of Fula.
And I wanted a nice big poster form.
Right. You get a nice big poster of Fula.
Yep, I'm gonna roll this up, put it away. I have a gift for my patron. She's going to love this.
all right.
Nim
So
is very pleased.
we have cake. We have picture. I think we should get
I think
long-range communicators.
I think we should slow down.
What?
You
Right,
don't understand the possibilities here. You're thinking about communication such. Think about knowledge. The offloading data banks onto data pads.
What?
Or even
What
getting
are those?
the information books.
Oh,
Should we go check out the rest of the facility before
We might not be able to come back.
Why don't we? It's probably going to take Sarah time. Maybe we should ask Sarah to produce a book that would teach somebody use it in our tongue, have it in our tongue, right? And have it be teach
Sarah,
them electrical knowledge.
but
Would you
does
like a
That
book of
is-
basic physics?
Yes.
Would you like a book of advanced physics?
Yes.
Would you like a book of basic chemistry?
Yes.
Would you like a book of advanced chemistry?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you like a book of basic mathematics?
Yes.
Would you like a book of advanced mathematics?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Would you like me to correlate a book of advanced sciences?
Please. An introductory book as well.
I apologize for any linguistic inaccuracies.
Could you make them out of a material that will hold up?
Indeed, I can.
Oh, thank you. I think that is honestly the best way to do it. We could preserve some of Wilhelm's people's knowledge, and that would
is
be good.
true.
And
That is very true.
if we have power left, then I think we should charge the simpler communicators.
Yes,
Then
but we
Yes.
focus. We focus on
focus on
this.
these.
This is a good plan.
Yeah.
This is a good one. All right, let us eat our cake and see what's in the last room. Maybe.
Would you like chicken cordon bleu?
No.
What is
Would you like
I
cheese and
don't-
toast?
We'll find on the snacks for now. Thank you.
Understood.
Please work on assigned task. We
I am
will be
currently
back.
correlating information.
thank
Ah.
you.
I require further computer access from Dignitary Wilhelm.
Dignitary Wilhelm, can you give permissions?
Yes, of course, of course. Starts tapping away.
And if there's also maybe some histories wouldn't be bad.
Would you like me to print out stories and history?
Yes, history
Yes.
of world before collapse, the world before the catastrophe.
How much energy may I commit to this task?
How many power banks do you have?
How many power banks do I have?
How much power do you have? How much does it currently? How much power would it take to do?
I
the
have
books
17%
that
of
you
my
have?
energy reserves left. I could commit the entirety to printing information and would not be able to print it all.
Focus on the sciences first.
Understood.
We might need to ignore the history for now. Who knows how long it was before the collapse that they have written down.
We can ask about the other worlds too.
Yeah, that would be fun. Okay.
If you wish to
Other
have
ones?
the information compressed, I can put it on a datapad.
That would
Is-
require something to run it, correct?
Yes. A datapad, much like the compacts, would have a 10-year charge on a singular charge.
Why
That'd
don't
be
you
enough
put
time to translate it.
some of the sciences in the book form, and then the rest of everything else on a datapad would be good.
Understood.
Okay. Shall we go check the room?
All right.
Okay.
While they do this, yes, let us go check that room.
If worse comes to worse, I wouldn't mind writing everything that ends up on the data pad into book.
I think there would be
Somehow.
lots of people who would be willing to sit down and copy every day. We get
Yeah.
multiple people writing it, so that way we can disseminate it, right?
We're gonna try out this cake.
Don't
I
go
have
out
an-
out the door.
The cake
Bye.
is super delicious. Nim's heading back out into the hallway. You can all move and eat your cake if you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm talking as we go. There was something that was brought up, I think, about mechanical forms of writing books.
The typewriter.
Something like that. We could
Keyboard.
request something like that to be made that shouldn't be far out of our reach. And it
We
would
don't
make it
even
easier
know-
for
we
us to
don't-
print more books.
We don't
Problem
even know
is
how
that-
typewriter works. They probably use power.
No, that's why I'm saying Sarah seems to have access to a lot of knowledge, and she might have knowledge of something like a typewriter that is capable for us to use without having to get power. Because they had to start somewhere.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, wouldn't it be in their language, not ours? We can't use the typey taps in the facility as is.
We could have it written. We could have it written in our language. She can do that.
Doors open and lock. You're able to move into this chamber again as you're talking.
Can she,
Okay.
does she? I guess she learned our spoken word, but I don't know. Can she get the written word?
He did say that she apologized because there may be errors in translation.
I have a book on me that we can give to her that she can.
Also, there's probably
pull our
scholars that
language
have
from.
been defining what the old tongue meant.
Yeah. You guys don't know the alphabet simply because you've never, that's a different degree of education. There are people that spend their lives dedicated to researching such things. So it's likely possible to find out the symbols.
I would like to
Yeah.
learn how to make things like that.
Like, remember,
not just
your
have
trade
them.
tongue comes from what the ancients wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't.
I've never had any talent in my life for making
Or do
things,
we?
but
You do
I
know
would
that,
love
yeah.
to be able to make something like that.
I want to learn how to use this stuff as well. I don't have the talent for it as either, I fear.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll try.
Wilhelm's voice actually comes from the ceiling again. Looks like he's actually managed to tap into those systems. And he goes, okay, ready for me to open this door?
Sure.
Yeah.
Not really, but okay.
Okay.
Right here.
Do you think it's going to be a dragon? Because those claw marks are really big. It could be a dragon.
And I'm having to redirect some extra systems for this. This is the voice suddenly cuts out and the lights go off fully.
Spooky!
Nim's down now, the only light illuminating the area.
I am going to grab one of my torches and light it.
All right, you pull your torch out, and
I'm going to have Nami go dragon size.
right, Nomi is going to go full scale, sort of growling at the door. The lights go out, and it looks like the facility lost power for a second, but then two of those little spinning red lights come on by the door, and it starts to open. No siren this time, just a silent creaking of these double doors sliding along the walls. As they do, it reveals a large chamber, unlike the rest of this facility, where you've been seeing these, utilitarian metal walls. You now look upon what looks like to be a cathedral. Arched ceilings with decoration inside of it, painted motifs on the walls, carved reliefs. There are still data banks, computer terminals and such set lower down, and in the center of it, a massive glass box. One of the sides of it shattered, the glass strewn out across the ground. And as you gaze in upon this room, this almost holy sanctum, you see movement within the box, very faintly lit, hard to make out. Those of you with dark vision just see a mass, looks like wings, just ever so slightly quiver. You can't see any figure beneath it, the wings almost covering the entire entity. And then eyes started to open along them. Almost a leathery sound of movement. The wings aren't made of feathers, they're this odd material.
Oh, that.
Oh no! Oh no! Sam knows what this is. Sam isn't sure if Nim knows what this is. Oh, that's one. That's a one.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that.
I don't know what that is.
And as it moves, you hear the scraping of claws on this. The sound doesn't actually sound like glass despite how it looks, but you hear the claws tapping against it as it starts to shift and move. And that brings your eyes down to that glass-style bottom, and you see that there is a massive pit beneath its cage, descending down into the earth, covered in this strange organic material.
A very familiar, strange organic material.
In shape and form, it's not rooting, you know that much for sure, but you cannot shake the uncanny similarity there.
Damn it, I knew it.
Hello? Are you in Sojourn facility?
Your voice carries into this chamber, and as the doors finish opening, lights start to kick back on. These lights lighting up columns within this room, showing off these painted reliefs, and you see shambled forms as well. Looks like what were once people. Some pose like their arms spread out in praise to ecstasy. Others doubled over, bent, worshipped. They seem to be calcified. Their remains actually there, unlike a lot of others, but clearly long gone. And as you speak them, some of those eyes blink, and you all feel this push, this intrusion, and this voice in your head that you understand perfectly despite the words not aligning with anything you know. Just this faint feeling, impression of, I'm here to save you. And that is where we're going to end this week's session.
Wilhelm, close the door.
Close the door. Please close the door. Now.
Right.
R2, close the muppet.
Everybody
R2,
take
close the
a
blast
tasty 1,000 experience points.
Okay.
Everybody take a point of piety.
Good. The gods haven't abandoned us.
And we will do this same time next week.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I hope that was okay.
I'm traumatized.
What's a 1?
Yeah.